What up, guys? How is everyone? It's Monday, September 21st. It's the 16th episode of Talkin Brash. Today we will have JV on. I just want to thank everyone for joining me on Friday. You got me fucking hammered. That was a lot of shots, and like by the end of it, I couldn't play guitar anymore. I didn't know what I was doing. Fucking, if that's the first time anyone ever sees me play guitar, they probably think I'm fucking god awful. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. Richard, man, what's up, man? The weekend was good, dude. I did a lot of recording, tracking a cover that I'm gonna do with. Well, I can't tell you. That'll ruin it. But I'm working on a song. I'm waiting for the tracks from the other fellas, and I don't know. We'll probably do something with that. What's up, Mama Sin? Everyone, Loki Guitar Official is the website. There's merch now. There's shirts. There's a gator mask. There's a mug. All sorts of cool shit. A hoodie. It's hoodie season. The weather's feeling fucking brisk and awesome. Makes me want to play, and it's fucked up that we can't, you know, because I feel like I'm ready to rock right now. But yeah, I will get Joe to unmute himself here. And then we're ready to rock. I got Joe on with me now. What's up, JV?
What's up, y'all?
So I had Tracy on Friday.
I didn't get to see that one yet. I saw like pieces of it and I couldn't really pay attention.
Well,
and I wanted to watch it.
I don't know if you'll be able to pay attention once you watch it, because like by the middle to the end of it, me and Tracy were just hammered.
Oh yeah, he was drinking with you?
Yeah.
Awesome. He's the best. He's the best drunk, dude. Like there's some people who are just better than others drunk.
We're like trying to share riffs.
Ones.
Like he's asking me what my favorite BLIZZCON riff is, and or like if I could play. And like we were just both so hammered by the time that we were trying to play riffs, both of us could not play guitar.
Really, so, like that bad?
Yeah, I was just getting like brain farts. Like I had the brain fog. And yeah, if that's like the first time of anyone watching me play guitar, it's like they'll never come back. They'll never come back.
Yeah, it makes you rethink your channel's name.
Right. Well, just I guess I just can't do the guitar stuff on Fridays.
Yeah. Dude, I think I consider like sometimes like the day we do this, I'm like fucking Monday. It's like fucking, I don't even live my life like anyone else, or like I don't fucking go out on the weekends, you know, like, so I don't know why Monday's a fucking problem. It's not a problem, but you know, like right. It's fucking Monday, dude. That's how it goes.
Compliment. I still have the Jameson sitting next. Might as well.
Monday is kind of like my Friday, see?
Yeah. I mean, that's what musicians do, right? Like our Mondays are they're the day off. It's the weekend, Monday.
Yeah.
That, you know, I feel like I'm no longer a musician. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I have like an identity crisis. I'm nothing right now. I'm like, I have zero purpose in life at this moment.
Yeah. I feel that, dog.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm fucking busy all the time. Fucking, if it wasn't for tragedy, I'd have fucking, I'd be bored.
Right? I guess it just follows me around too. Different kinds of tragedy.
Yeah. Dude, let me tell you, fucking, if it wasn't for, no one will ever be able to get into my Facebook, like on me, because I can never get into it.
You're still trying to get into your own Facebook?
Yeah, I think I got it now. I'm trying to do it without using my phone. So I think I got it though.
Fucking Tracy and I were talking about, I don't know, I think I put him on the spot and we were already hammered, so like I made him talk about shit that he probably wouldn't have talked about, but like the end of BLIZZCON. Or at the time the end of
which
BLIZZCON.
Aspect of it, because there's like 3 ends to BLIZZCON.
Well, I told him, well, you know, when he originally didn't want to go back on the road, and I kind of told him like I felt like he owed it to not just them, but like everyone, everyone in the scene. What we strive for is to fucking be signed and tour with Face to Face and whoever the fuck strung out and shit like that. Like, I
Yeah.
felt like they owed it to us to fucking see that through and fucking. It's like selfish of us, right? Like, yo, if someone's gonna make it and you get the opportunity, you gotta fucking go do it for all of us, you know. And so I started talking to him about that, and he expressed some, like, he told me his reasons why he didn't want to do it. He's brutally honest about it, but then he also expressed like that he now understands the love and appreciation that other people have for it. So I just want to hear what you thought about your thoughts about that whole thing when it was happening, because like I felt like fucking hey man, like you guys gotta, you're doing it now, you go fucking do it, man.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean exactly? What do you my thoughts on it? Because I could tell you a story that no one knows about
Oh, well, let's
that
hear it.
scenario.
Without throwing anyone under the bus, let's fucking tell a story. Just because it was interesting, right? We're both at the time, we're in Darrow, we're trying to fucking do stuff for real. They get an opportunity in a lifetime, at least to me, and it just seems to have been going south. So what, like, from your perspective, what was going on? And I'm sure you had private conversations with people. What did you think about it when that was happening?
Well, from my perspective, I mean, I don't know what Tracy said or what. I don't know where you guys started, but I mean, Tracy was going to leave a couple times throughout the years, man. Um, at one of those points, right before, I guess, post apparitional, and then right before the Strung Out Face to Face tour,
Right.
Tracy wasn't going to do that tour. And Goolsby called me and asked me to do that tour. And I was going to do it. I went down to West Virginia and I rehearsed with those guys. Me, Stripes, and Goolsby rehearsed. And it was going to be the three of us with the other guitar player, Brian, at the like that dude just did that one tour. And yeah, I went down and rehearsed. I guess the powers that be called in. I mean, I don't believe maybe I sucked, man. I don't know. Maybe that was maybe I sucked and Goose, like I went down jammed and Goolsby was like, fuck man, Joe sucks, we're never able to do this. That could be the case.
Right.
But I think we did 2 rehearsals, just me, Stripes, and Goolsby. It went as expected, you know. It was kind of hard to judge how it was going to go without the other guitar player there. We were kind of riding by the seat of our pants a little bit. But I took a bus there to go rehearse, and I was taking a train actually. Took a train home, and I remember like the train stopped at like it stopped in Washington D.C.
I think I semi remember this where you fucking were carrying a head and like you were like fully packed to fucking go.
Yeah, dude. I had a head and a guitar with me, and I was on a
Right.
train.
Is that when you bought? Did you buy that crate case for that? Remember that crate case?
I bought it. No, I bought it for the later BLIZZCON tour.
Okay.
That's just with the Gator case. Yeah, I bought another one of those actually. I have a new one. Although that case sucked, I bought another one because it's got like the luggage roller thing on it, and like that's what I needed it for, man. You know, like I didn't need like industrial flight case for it. I needed something that I could pull and travel with. You know,
Yeah.
that's the other thing. Like it. Anyway, I did the rehearsals, all went well, and it stopped in Washington D.C. I'm pretty sure this is the only time I've ever been to like near the White House. I know the Lincoln. I was looking at the Capitol building, I believe. And I was after that smoking a cigarette, and I don't know. I think I got some information from somewhere that Tracy was going on the tour, which I was like, sweet, you know, that's fucking awesome. And I figured like the other dude wasn't going, and that wasn't the case. I guess the powers that be had called, and Tracy had to do the tour at the last minute, and I was going to sit it out. So I was pretty bummed, of course, because I mean, up until a couple days before the tour, I was doing it, you know, and I just traveled halfway, well, not halfway across the country, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, dude, the tour before that was supposed to be Tracy's last tour, as far as I knew. Shit, I was supposed to be taking Tracy's. There's no taking Tracy's place, and especially I couldn't.
Right.
I was fucking scared as fuck approaching that, to be honest with you, dude. Like, I could fucking play rhythm guitar and BLIZZCON, but I couldn't take Tracy's place. Like, no way, dude. Not even close, dude. For a number of reasons. But yeah, I ended up not doing that tour at that point. And I guess thankfully fucking Tracy stayed on board, huh? Or I guess the decision was made to do that last tour, and I guess Goolsby hit me up probably because of leaving me on fucking read, or what happened on the last tour. I don't know. I have a sneaky video of it. It's a private link on YouTube, but I got a sneaky link of me, Stripes, and Goolsby fucking rehearsing that time.
Oh yeah, just you guys?
Yeah. I'll make it public after this.
There you go.
Yeah, cool. I just never fucking it just wasn't appropriate because it never happened, or
Yeah.
It was just personal. I just wanted to see how we sounded, So I put my phone down while we jammed. So I got some footage of it.
Did you rehearse when we got home? We didn't get home, but we dropped you off with Goolsby. Did you guys rehearse more after that? Because it was fresh out for Darrow tour.
Yeah, I didn't come home, dude. I left for a Darrow tour, did a whole Darrow tour, went coast to coast, or went to coast, back to coast. Got dropped off not in New Jersey but in West Virginia. We rehearsed, I believe, 1.5 times, maybe twice.
Right.
In man, I can't remember his name. I apologize. In someone's basement, and we shipped off. Yeah, I did 2 rehearsals with them. It's fucking crazy, man. I was like, I was like kind of eating my Wheaties on that tour or something, or like, I guess I crash coursed the BLIZZCON songs a lot. And I also was very familiar with the material. Like, just I'm a BLIZZCON fan as well as I am.
Yeah.
At that point, I'd just been a fan of the band for years, man. They're my friends too. So, dude, there are a lot of times on that tour that, thank God, I wasn't just some like dude playing it for a gig, because we had played shows on that first tour and a lot more on the second tour where I had never jammed. I didn't even know how to play. There were songs I was playing on stage that I'd never played in my life. I didn't like Tracy would shout the key of the song at me sometimes, like, thank God I was able to do it. Yeah, I wish I watched that thing. I wish I knew what Tracy said. Although I will say that Tracy is a reliable source of information. Tracy, but Goolsby too. Goolsby maybe more so. Those two fucking got the memories of fucking an elephant. Is that what they say? Memory of an elephant.
Fucking
those two fucking remember things. Like I remember things because I have because I collect. I have lots of things to reference from it. But those dudes fucking remember shit, man. Their stories are very fucking accurate usually, at least from their own perspective.
Well, by the end, we couldn't remember anything. Either how to play guitar or fucking. What was that like going into those first shows? I don't get nervous when I play. I get more anxious to play. It's not nervous.
Yeah.
It's not nervous to play. It's anxious to get started. So, what was it like going into something completely different like that? Did you get nervous, or was it just like it's just a different kind of bike? Like what is it? Because it's dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We're all fans. That music means a lot to all of us. So, did you feel any sort of pressure to it's the last tour, do a good fucking job, or how was it going into those first shows?
I don't think any of us, I'd say Tracy and Goolsby, from what I remember included, didn't know what to expect. But we didn't. We figured it would be better, I guess, than previous things, previous outings. I'd never been on a full BLIZZCON
tour. Because correct me if I'm wrong. This had already been billed as the final run.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, my memory of it is it was very. I was not nervous going into it. I was as nervous as anyone would be going into any first gig.
Right.
But I mean, like, I knew the songs. I knew I knew the songs, at least as far as I knew. If I was doing something, if I had something that I was incorrect about, you know, I needed to be told by the dudes who wrote it, maybe like that type of stuff. I felt I was pretty confident. I knew what I had to going into it. I mean, I'm sorry, I was expecting things. You know, I don't know how the guitar. I didn't know how the guitar parts were doled out in two guitar because BlitzKids operated as a 3 and 4 piece before. Um, I'm pretty sure that what I had rehearsed was what I played.
Yeah.
I don't think I got corrected too much. And Tracy didn't ask me to do too much either, you know, or change too much. I don't think. Um, do you remember on the Darrow tour, like the days before I left, I was rehearsing on the tour at Liz Jesse's house.
Yeah.
Do you remember? There's a picture of us. I don't know if there's a drummer or not. I don't even remember, but I was playing in their living room on like someone's Warlock, playing like a white
Oh,
Warlock.
Greg's. That was
Yeah,
Greg's
it must have
Warlock.
Greg's. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the reanimated dudes or something. But yeah, I knew the songs pretty well, man, because I knew the songs for the last tour. You know, like I'd already rehearsed, I'd already played with them
Right.
as the only guitar player, and so having that under my, you know, under my belt, fucking felt a lot like I'd been the only guitar player of BlitzKid through a set 2 times before.
Word.
Um, how that sounded, you know, don't ask me.
What was your biggest takeaways from that tour? Like what's
That was
like
amazing.
like some of the more memorable things in the U.S. and we'll talk about Europe later. But what stood out there at the end in the U.S.?
Well, like I said, it was like every day. Our perspective versus the perspective of the fans was very different. Um, we were stoked. We didn't know that the shows were very good.
Right.
Again, I don't know how BlitzKid does in every state. You know, I know generally what BlitzKid draws. You know, like and what is to be expected. Um, but from what I understood is that it was better than it was. It was better than it had ever been as far as like attendances and enthusiasm. You know, like
Right.
people were really fucking stoked. People were really sad, and that was probably the weirdest thing for us. And I believe it was mutual across the band that we would get off stage every night like woo, you know, like fucking we just played a great show, fucking rocked the place. Everyone was enthusiastic. There was a pit. There was fucking the place is packed. We had a great time. Sold a bunch of merch. Everything went great. So we get off stage with all that adrenaline, and everyone we saw was really sad when we got off stage.
Right. Yeah,
Because
that's super weird.
yeah, because we were. It was very. It took. We would say that it was like going to a funeral every night, and that's
Right.
kind of appropriate because you know it kind of was, man. You know, like it's and quite appropriately for a band like Blitzkid, you know. But we took the band's funeral on the road, kind of, or kind of literally,
Yeah. Yeah.
actually.
You had to wake every
um,
night.
yeah, and to us, it was probably jarring until the last U.S. show, even including the last U.S. show. I mean, we were genuinely bummed by that last show. There was a lot of pressure. We were very busy that week. We drove from Chicago to New Jersey. You know,
Was that Ghouls Night Out?
close that out. Yeah, the
Yeah.
last American show that is. It was emotional, and it was awesome, but it was also fucking just so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, so like we just, I mean, you know, fucking what it feels like when you get off stage after playing for fucking 2 hours, a great show. You know, like you're fucking pumped, dude. You're amped. You know, you're stoked. You want to rock more. You know,
Yep.
and just to see people like everyone would see after the show was crying, saying goodbye. You know, it was like we were dying and never gonna come back. You
Right.
know, like we're never gonna play in another band. And I get it. I understand it. BlitzKid or any band would bring a certain gathering of people in your area or fans together,
Right.
and it builds a little community. You know, you make friends through going to the shows of these bands, and you know you might not have that gathering again. So I understand it, but to us, it was like, all right, we always had another show tomorrow. You know, so it was never fucking a big bummer to us because we had so much work ahead of us still. Uh, and it's and like even dude, even the last American show, bro, we had fucking 35 fucking European shows because we had a whole
Well,
European tour ahead of us.
what was
So
the
that was not the last BlizzCon show to us at all.
what was the layover? Was it a month?
Yeah, it was about that. It was a little more, a little month and a half. I guess I don't know when Ghouls Night Out. I guess Ghouls Night Out that year was in August, and we
Right.
left on the tour for the fall season. So I think we probably left it like late September. I would say early October.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you know what? We had to leave in the middle of October because we were home on Thanksgiving.
Word.
We got home like 26th or something that year.
Yeah, that's just a weird feeling. Ghouls Night Out too. By the time BlizzCon came on, I was already nice and sauced, and like as an older man, there's not many shows that I'll mosh pit to, but like I just distinctly remember just being in the pit the whole fucking show for that. And yeah, it's just a super weird vibe after the show. Like everyone's stoked to have seen it, but then sad that it's done. So
yeah, I hope that everyone still doesn't feel that way.
Yeah,
because obviously BlizzCon is fucking back and playing now, but fucking. Like, I don't know, like we did do that next Ghouls Night. Well, it wasn't Ghouls Night Out, but I guess it got canceled or whatever. No, it was still Ghouls Night Out. I mean, we did the thing with Goolsby the next year. Like,
Yeah.
that was me, Jason.
I actually
Noah.
couldn't see you guys because Sam wanted to see the show, and I watched the merch table, so I did not see the Roving Midnight.
You're a good guy.
That was a good friend, and like that girl.
I appreciate it.
Watched the show.
I retrospectively, thank you.
What was Joe like abroad? That's always interesting to me. I wish I was around to have seen you abroad.
No, dude, I was saying to Jeff Rummus, he was on the road with us, like, videographying, that you could probably just make an episode of like the day-to-day shit, watching me, acclimate myself to the situation.
Specifically watching Joe go look for things to eat.
Yeah, dude, you know what? I ate tons of Burger King, which is funny because I don't like Burger King. But
it's a lot better out there. It's different.
It's a lot better.
A lot better.
And I'll tell you, McDonald's consistent across the board.
Yeah.
But Burger King was completely different. And the Burger King, I thought it was so much better, dude. It's really weird. The other thing was Rumplemints ain't happening, dog.
No.
I didn't see
it's different. It's not the same. It's like that whack 40%, 40 proof fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I don't drink that. It's 60, and it's called McGillicuddy's,
and it's green or some shit.
There's also something like it's called like ice something.
Yeah,
that's just fucked up. We had a night with the ice, whatever, with Art Silva.
That was fucking disgusting.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
We were playing for him, and he's like, "Dude, couldn't find Rumplemints. We got this stuff."
It's not all made the same, man. You gotta look like
Mm-hmm. I don't drink Rumplemints because it tastes great. I drink Rumplemints because it's 100 fucking proof, right. And it doesn't taste awful. So I don't have to drink. The real reason I drink Rumplemints is because I can drink a lesser amount of it and still get as fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I don't got time to fucking, dude. I don't got time to get fucking hammered all day.
Drink
like
beer, you get
beers
full
all day.
Fucking fuck that shit.
Yeah. And fucking, dude, as much as Rumplemints, yes, does that. I remember on Daryl tours, I had become like so. If I go up there sober, man, it's like I'm just a little boring. Right. Like for that situation as an MC, I'm boring. Or just not as enthusiastic, I suppose. And I remember like once I had realized, I'm like, wow, I really can't. I'm not as good sober. Like. I remember like I've had some like seriously like the lowest deprived moments of my life before those Daryl shows at some points, like when we would show up, God forbid we showed up like right before we had to go on, like going to the bar and ordering like 4 shots of Rumplemints all at once and just being like,
yeah, there's like there's like a chemistry equation of like when you're ready to go on stage.
Absolutely,
it's all chemistry.
That's why Rumplemints.
Yeah,
it's why Rumplemints, dude. Like,
fucking we touched on this a little bit with TB on Friday, but the difference of playing in the States and playing in Europe as far as like getting to the venue, playing early. Like when we did the tour with Michael, we're the headliner. We're playing by 9:30. We're on the stage by like 9:15, 9:30, and off like there'll be an after party, some fucking DJ playing by like 11:30, and you have like a hard curfew to get the fuck off the stage.
Yep.
And it's hard, just that alone, for me to like load in by like 4 or 5 o'clock, do the sound check. Sound check's done by like 6:30, and then got to play by 9. To me, that's like a little bit of a mindfuck. Like, there's not enough time for me to make this chemistry equation perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I have to eat, I have to walk around, I have to pace, I have to, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not as bad as Canada. None of it was as bad as Canada.
Right.
I mean, you know how, dude, Canada is maddening to me. I could never live there. Like, let's say I was like, all right, Loki, we're gonna throw a party. Could you go pick up some stuff for the party? Like, I need you to grab some beer, some liquor, a pack of cigarettes, and a fucking bag of chips, right? If I gave you that order in Canada, you would have to go to 4 different fucking places, maybe 3,
Right.
but 4 different fucking locations. And everyone's like, Canada's all great and shit, but bro, they're fucking with their fucking liquor and their fucking cigarettes being all government controlled like that. If from what I understand,
tax the shit out of those cigarettes.
Oh, they do. They close on government holidays.
Yeah.
So you can't buy liquor on like Sundays, or like if the post office ain't open, you can't buy booze and cigarettes.
We have some Canadians. Richard Dicko North, let me know about the Canadian governance over alcohol and yeah.
Yeah, you got to go to the ABC, dude. And the liquor store is not like you can't buy liquor and beer in the same place. I'm sure that there are places or like certain cities that you can, but it's not like here, man. You got to go to a different place for beer than liquor, and neither of those places sell fucking cigarettes. And it's fucking weird, dude. Like when you go in, there's like a menu on the wall of like what they have, and you order it, and it just like comes out.
That's right. It's like a pharmacy.
Yeah, dude. You can't actually like see the shit. Like you just go in and you ask for it, and it just like comes on a conveyor. Like, and they don't sell fucking cigarettes. And they don't have like other things, like a bag of chips, mixers, soda, like they don't sell mixers at a liquor store.
I was weirded out. The first time I was in Europe, I went to a CVS to get like, I don't know, just stupid shit, whatever I needed, like personal hygiene. And like the whole store is like that, where you don't go shopping and pick something out. You go straight to the counter and say, I need a nail clipper. Yeah. And they fucking walk to the back and grab you a nail clipper, and that's that.
Where?
I forget where I was, but it was in Europe for sure. Like, and I was so totally weirded out. I walked into the store, saw that there was nothing on the shelves, and I walked immediately out. And then someone told me that I have to go ask for it, and they get it for you.
Do you remember? Well, you've probably been around for most of these, but I have had I think it's my left eye. I've had my left cornea scratched on 3 separate occasions.
Sandra.
Sandra was the one that really fucking set it over.
Got to be careful when you high five that broad,
Yeah, our friend Sandra once after a gig went to give me a high five, or I went to give her a high five, and we went like this, and she fucking missed, and just like she fucking clawed me with her nails in the eyeball, and like everyone was like ha 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 ha, and thought I was like overselling or something. But man, I was fucked up. Like we didn't want to make Sandra feel bad, I guess. Right. Fucking like, but I was fucked up. Like she really got me.
Yeah.
And I had my cornea. I got in a pillow fight once, and this girl hit me with a pillow. I don't know.
You got into a pillow fight?
I don't know if I got into a pillow fight, but some girl hit me with a pillow once, and it was a feather pillow, and like there was a zipper at the end of it. So like the feather pillow, all the weight goes to the end. Right. So like she hit me with it, dude. And I got hit in the face, and the zipper wrapped around, caught me in the eye.
Same eye?
Same eye every time, bro. I still have perfect vision too. Go fucking figure it. And then I got jammed in the eye looking at a Where's Waldo book when I was a kid too. in like the school library. Some kid's like, "There's Waldo," and I go, "Where?" And he like takes his pencil and he goes, "There," and I go, "Where?" And he go, I fucking jammed my eye right in the fucking pencil. So I've had several eye injuries, right? So it comes and goes. So for a while after the Sandra thing, that really fucked me up. If I would like sleep in a room that had a fan on,
You just see like a flash.
no.
Oh.
The aftermath of it. Basically, I had been to the doctor so many times for cornea scratches that I still had the fucking medication for it, the eye drops and whatever. I knew what they were going to give me, and I knew how you took care of it. I still had the eye patch and the fuck, So I stopped. After Sandra, I was like, well, I already got this shit. And I didn't. They wouldn't have done anything different. It didn't matter. But after that situation, like I said, if I slept in a room with a fan, or if my eye got dry in a dry climate, if we were on the road, like my eyes would dry out when I slept, and sometimes I'd just wake up and like open my eye, and it would be fucking like the desert, dude.
Right.
And it would fuck me up like all day. I'd be like Quasimodo. So it would be random, man. It would happen like, let's say 2-3 times a year. I would have like really fucked up eye. So it's not something I got after and fucking really looked at, because it seldom happened. Now flash forward to being on tour with BLIZZCON in Europe. It was Halloween night. We're playing, what was the encore of our tour. Like we were on the Hell Nights tour. We were on like a fucking bus. It was awesome. It was like us and the other and the Fright. And it was fucking Halloween, man. It might have been. It was the last night of that tour, I think. Like we were part of that tour for like 2 weeks of while we were out there. And sure as shit, man, Halloween night, we're in Germany. I fucking opened my eye in the morning and it's fucked, dude. Like fucked. Like I can't see. It's all fucking red. It was bad. I was in a lot of pain. So fucking here's me in Goolsby in a fucking like the equivalent of a German Walgreens, or something like that. Trying to look for eye drops. And Goolsby speaks, he's like the residential German speaker.
Right.
Like he's like was like the go-to dude in the band who fucking understood and could at least communicate the best of us. So Ghouls goes with me. We go to fucking, dude, you had to see the two of us try to fucking read the different, like finding eye drops in a fucking store like that. And like, oh, sorry.
Dang.
Oops. Sorry. Got a cable here. Ripped you down. It was pretty scary, man. He wasn't sure, and neither was I. Fucking
like, I don't know if we got eye drops or whatever.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what other kind of
could
drops
be ear drops, could be eye drops.
Yeah, it was very confusing. Like I still had to do that to solidify that memory. I bought an eye patch out there because obviously I didn't bring my fucking eye patch on the road.
Right.
But I have a cool little, like, I put it together in like a bag. I have like the ticket from that show, the eye patch, the fucking and the fucking box of fucking eye drops or whatever. And I was a fucking trooper, bro. This could have had something to do with my eye being affected, but I was wearing contacts on stage every night.
Right.
Which is jarring as fuck anyway. Like you don't have much peripheral vision, like I was pretty used to playing in them. That they feel a little weird. It's weird when you blink and like you don't have your periffs as much. But I got used to playing with them enough. But I fucking it was fucking Halloween, dog. I wasn't going as fucking One-Eyed Willie for Halloween, bro. I was a BLIZZCON, so I fucking had to fucking I wasn't gonna not do the whole Monty, bro. I was like putting on the makeup and because we had done makeup every night on the tour. We'd committed to that. We were all gonna do it every night.
Yes, the last tour, fucking do stuff.
It was Europe, fucking yeah. States got ripped off, man. They got bearded Goolsby and fucking no makeup any night.
Listen, I loved that fucking James Hetfield look on Goolsby. That's probably
James
my favorite.
Hetfield look.
Well, he had
the twirly mustache, bro, and the Billy Goat beard.
Yeah. I don't know. That's my favorite Goolsby of all time, I think.
Yeah. I'm not saying he looked bad, man.
I fucking loved it.
Listen,
because that's like no BS. Like I don't know. I'm a fan of no BS. The less frills, the better for me. And that's like
Let's
raw
Frills, bro.
dog
He had a
fucking.
twirly mustache. He was waxing curls in his mustache. That's fucking frills, bro. This is a no frills mustache.
Right. I don't know. To me, it was awesome. I loved it.
Neither here nor there, man.
Right.
I ain't fucking making out with the dude because he's a handsome guy and everything. But he was the fans revolted. You know, like it was amazing how many people were like literally felt ripped off. You know, like
Really?
like we got like by the time we got to Europe and he shaved and we were wearing makeup, everyone in America was pissed, dude. Dude, you fucking look around on YouTube, you'll see comments of it all day long.
That's hilarious.
Because they're fucking heavily taped, well attended BlitzCon shows that are all over YouTube.
Got the experience, dog.
That's the only BlitzCon tour, I guess, or that's the only time he's been on stage with a beard and mustache.
Yeah.
So I mean, like people were like, you know, like, well, I just made the Chud voice. You hear that?
I was a fan. Richard Dicko North says that what you were saying about the liquor is somewhat true.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess some provinces are private, some provinces are government run. So, and he says in Alberta you can get liquor till 2 a.m.
Well, the time wasn't my question. Fucking,
but
you know, like,
yeah. But no, he says in Alberta
cool,
it's privatized, so it's not a government ABC or nothing.
Word, fucking, let's go to Alberta then.
Right.
Like I don't know what we're doing.
There ain't shit there.
Yeah. No.
Right.
That's why that's why I give him the booze, bro.
But it's worse where Clayton is in Saskatchewan, dude. Holy fuck. I saw Clayton.
I haven't been there since.
I saw Clayton in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I haven't seen Clayton since the last time, you know, on the Darrow tour. And he was, where was he then?
Columbus. Remember, I almost moved there.
Yeah?
I almost bought a house in Columbus. The only reason I didn't buy a house is because the person who was buying my house, their mortgage fell through. So I couldn't buy that house in Columbus. But I was so close to fucking being out of there. But yeah, I saw Clayton as a full-blooded Canadian.
How about that, eh? You guys go out for a rip?
He didn't want to go out for a rip, bud.
Was he bagging beer still?
He was still bagging beers.
Yeah, was he bagging as hard as he used to? Like when you opened his fridge, did he have a fucking did he have the scissors in the bag?
I don't know. I think he's turned into a little bitch since he's moved up to Canada.
You know, I think I heard that, man. I think I heard he was bitching out. Ladies got a hold of him, huh?
Right. You can only be so hard as a Cleveland Browns fan. So Clayton, sorry, bro.
Yeah, dude. Do you remember that? Like that's how we came about the bag and beers thing with him. Is we went to this motherfucker's house. You opened his fridge and he had a pair of scissors, a Ziploc bag, and a fucking beer in his fridge. Like he's a single guy, you know, he didn't have a lot of stuff in there. So, but like, what the fuck is a pair of scissors, a Ziploc bag, and a fucking beer doing in the fridge? You know, like, and the answer he's like, oh, we're bagging beers, bro. You bag beers? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, I'll post that video for you too.
Much faster than shotgunning a beer.
Oh, fucking so infinitely it's faster than funneling a beer. It is probably the fastest way to drink a beer. Period. I don't even really drink beer, man, and it works for me too. Yeah. Like I could actually get beer drunk if we're bagging beers. You take the Ziploc bag and you like lay it on a counter flat, and you pour the beer into it, and it like you get until you got a bag of beer. Ziploc it closed, you flip it upside down with the zip at the bottom, and you just snip the fucking corner of it off, just such. And you hold it by that. You just fucking squeeze the Ziploc, dude.
You squeeze some of the froth out first.
Yeah, you get some froth out. And then you squeeze the Ziploc, bro, and it just all of a sudden you just drank an entire beer in like a second.
It's wicked fast.
It goes right down your throat. Yeah. It's incredible, actually.
It's much faster than a shotgun. Like shotgun, you still chug. No, a bag of beer is just like.
Yeah, you don't eat. You swallow once.
You inhale, and that's it. It's over.
It's one swallow. Dude, I can't tell you, bro. We took bagging beers on tour, dude. He told us to be fair, but I've never known anyone else to have done that. I've never seen that anywhere else. I don't know if Clayton invented it, like, but
I was
bagging beers,
talking
bro.
when I was talking to Brian. We remembered that like that night it was Brian used to celebrate No Shoes Sunday, and Clayton
Yeah,
fucking was like, "I just want to fucking stomp on your feet."
yeah.
That's the same night,
That was when you guys fell in love, right?
right? I'm like, "Yo, I said that
I
to
am
him
moving
too."
here. I fucking hated No Shoes Sunday.
Remember when we were in El Paso and fucking he's walking around this parking lot with broken glass everywhere, and like the fucking club's almost on fire because that opener is like breathing fire into the ceiling, and No Shoe Sunday.
Yeah, yeah. Brian just didn't want to wear shoes. Like he was on the No Shoes Sunday before we left on the tour,
Yep.
and then we left, and we're like, and I'm like, bro, you're not gonna do that on tour. He was, yeah. Like, bro, we're gonna be in bars. You like, you can't just not wear shoes in a fucking bar, especially if you're working for us, bro. Like, come on. You know, you really gonna wear no shoes every Sunday? He's like, nah. I'm like,
Sure as
oh,
shit.
you know,
Sure as
it's not gonna
shitty.
work, you know. Sure as shit.
Sure as shit. He fucking didn't wear shoes. Load in, load out, you name it. He fucking did it all without shoes.
Yeah, even if he had a fucking walk over fire. I've officially fucked up my Facebook again.
Fucking yeah, in Spain. Actually, the night that some fan chipped my tooth, I was so pissed off. So
What did you get a mic knocked in your face?
yeah, right in the fucking
Yeah.
mouth, dude, hard.
Dude, my teeth are like this because of it. Like I have cracks on both my
Yeah.
two front teeth outward
It
from
was
all from microphones
it was
from
fucking
that situation.
It was a pretty brutal one. So brutal. I had to do like reconnaissance with my tongue, right? And like
Oh, it's the worst
you
because you
start
don't know how much of your tooth you lost.
no, and if it always feels more like when you do it with your tongue,
Yeah,
it feels like
yes.
it's half gone.
Yep, absolutely. That happened to you another time, dude. When we were young.
Yeah, it happened. It's happened a bunch, but this Spain was the absolute worst. So there's an after party. I'm kind of like angry, you know, just upset. Fucking all right, we're getting hammered. Me and Howie get super fucking drunk, and by the end of the night, we leave this party because we want McDonald's. And we find a fucking somehow Joe, we found a McDonald's because we were walking the whole way. We found a McDonald's and we couldn't figure out. They had the automated machines, like you walk up and it's a touch screen, and like we were so drunk that we couldn't figure out how to like fucking order anything. And like the girl kept coming and running over to us and helping us to order shit. Then we're trying to pay. Like she walked over like fucking 10 times to get one order. And me and Howie, like, you know how you order when you're drunk, you get like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a $57 McDonald's order, fucking 4:00 in the morning.
Or 57 fucking ruples.
Yeah.
Probably cost you $6. That was one thing that definitely got me, man, is that at the rate we were moving, I just changing the money, dude. Like, I wasn't anywhere long enough to actually grasp the conversion or understand like what was what. Even in Germany, and we did a lot of German shows, but like money was just, it was like fuck, everything was monopoly money every day. Like and I would always seemingly have the wrong country's money in my pocket and not know any fucking country's money from the others.
Right.
And oddly enough, a lot of them will accept other people's money. I guess because their fucking countries are like our states. But
yeah, at some point they mainstreamed with the euro, but still, like, there's some countries that don't go by that, like Poland, Czech, like they still go with their own money. They don't give a shit about the euro.
We spent a lot of time in Germany for sure, but the money changed a couple times, man. What are you doing with that on a Monday?
Well, I saw you drinking Rumpelman, so I fucking.
Oh, look, you see what you do. Look, you see what you do. All right. I see.
Right. Did you guys go to Russia on that tour?
Yeah, that was the first show of the tour.
I have not gone to Russia.
It was fucking crazy.
Please tell me what that's like.
Dude, it was a great show. And that's another one where like we didn't know what to expect. Those guys never been to Russia. I'd never been to Russia. Like that was the most foreign one of all. And dude, fuck the European tour. It felt like all gearing up for that tour, all the homework was into getting work visas to go to Russia. Like they were expensive. You have to go physically to a consulate. You have to go to a Russian consulate to get a work visa to perform in Russia. For me, it was a little easier because I just had to like go to New York or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we didn't know Tracy was going to play that shit. We were in Europe, for instance.
Oh, that's right. There was a issue with like visas or whatever the fuck.
Tracy didn't get his visa worked out, man. So when we left,
Is this when Marco comes to the rescue?
You know, yes and no. I think Liz Gruesome came to the rescue actually, and Marco also came to the rescue. Whatever the case, neither here nor there. When we went to Europe a week before we left on the tour. Like, I'm sorry, a week before the first date of the tour. So yes, we went to Marco's house, which is pimp as fuck. I felt like I was at like, it was like Marco's house is like you'd think Peter Steele's house would be, or something like that. You know, like except totally not New York. Mark, you ever been to Marco's house?
Yeah. I developed a bromance with that guy. I fucking love that guy.
What a fucking pimp pad. Yeah. And what a breakfast. What a breakfast.
Yeah. And he's so caring. Like he like tried so hard to make sure that we didn't get like a jet lag type of situation. So like while I hated the fact that he woke me up at 7 o'clock in the morning to feed me breakfast, like I understood why he did it. You know what I mean? Like
yes. Wake up very early, and that's a big, huge difference between German culture and our culture is how huge. Like breakfast is like our dinner. Like they feast at breakfast. You know, like a wild spread of fucking food for breakfast, dude. Like, you know, and then dinner's like kind of understated actually. But whatever the case, man, Marco's house. I stayed there. I think I stayed there for like 4 or 5 days, and then there again for 2 days. For a guy who plays a band called the Crimson Ghosts and looks crazy like he does, he looks crazy on stage, you know? You would think Marco's like, I'm not saying Marco's not hardcore, but you think Marco was you think his house would look like mine or something, you know? Like,
no, he's stylish, he's modern. He's like a GQ motherfucker, you know what I mean? He's
not only that, but there's a fucking atrium behind his fucking house, bro.
Yeah, there is.
I'm sorry, a botanical garden.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Like it was like a zoo for fucking flowers. Like, you know, like it's fucking beautiful, dude. I don't even like flowers. It was beautiful. It was fucking crazy, dude. Like it was like I felt like I understand why you love Marco because I felt like I was on a date the entire time I was there. You know, he made me breakfast every fucking day. He took me on romantic, beautiful walks. He was fucking handsome and fucking has beautiful hair, and like his house was fucking so well kept and like fucking. It was just the nicest place I've ever been in my life. But you look at his CD shelf, bro, and it's like Deicide, Slayer, fucking, you know, like he's like the most to-do metalhead I've ever met. You know, like he's all about what he's into, man. But like, you know, Marco's well dressed. He doesn't, you know, like that whole aspect of that, you know, is out the window, and then that's fine, man. You know, no one says you got to fucking look a certain way to do a certain thing. You know, like. But it was jarring to me. You know, I didn't expect that. It's beautiful. Whatever the case, where are we going with this? We were in Europe.
Oh, the visas.
We were in Europe for a week before we went to fucking Russia. So Tracy didn't have a fucking visa still when we got to Russia, when we got to Europe. And fucking Marco to the rescue. Tracy had the money for it and everything. He just hadn't gotten it yet.
Right.
And to be fair, he wasn't in West Virginia at the moment.
I remember the situation a little bit. Yeah.
It was harder for the boys down south to get fucking the visas than it was for me, for instance. Me and Stripes had a little easier. And Jeff.
Yeah, the consulate's right there in fucking Philly or the city. Yeah, so.
Yep. But dude, even as the process to get it was a lot, man. You know, but yeah, Marco ended up fucking taking Tracy in Germany a considerable amount of, a pretty far ride, probably is equivalent to fucking what he would have had to do in West Virginia, or he was in Massachusetts maybe then. To get his fucking visa. It's the end of the day, bro. And fucking like Tracy got like an expedited Russian visa, which is like super fucking hard to get, super expensive. Expedited. Like it's expensive as far as visas go if you get it regularly, but expedited, bro, like we were leaving in 2 days. We were planning when we left for Europe. When we first got to Marco's house, the first conversation was, fuck. Sorry, man. I told you that was going to happen. The first conversation we had was how we were going to play the show without Tracy.
Right.
And I guess Marco overhearing it fucking just started fucking fucking Googling and fucking like, let's go. Fucking took Tracy somewhere and got the fucking visa. In any case, Russia, I tell you a couple crazy things. We got there at night. Well, we got there in the afternoon, late afternoon, evening. Mm. I've never in my life seen traffic like this, and this is from someone from North Jersey, New York, the metropolitan area. Never seen traffic quite like this.
And what city is this near, or did you go straight to Moscow?
We played Moscow. Okay. Yeah, well, we were going from, I presume, Moscow airport to wherever the venue, to a hotel. We were picked up from a hotel by the booking agent, and we took like I guess a taxi or a rented van, or I don't fucking know. I think it was a car. Maybe we were in 2 cars. And their traffic, dude, I've tried to Google it. I've told the story before and tried to tell other people this, and like tried to like find like a visual example, and I actually struggled to find it, believe it or not. Like, and I've never seen anything like it. It's like 5 lanes of traffic moving this way, and like 5 lanes of traffic on the other side going that way. And everyone just like cutting each other off and fucking, and dude, every fucking car is dented up, dinged up, damaged. Fuck, right. Dude, all the cars are fucked.
Damn. So you don't buy a nice car over there. You just,
so much so that it was like 1 in every 5 cars would be like painted, like hand painted,
right,
to accentuate their damage. So like if there was a kick in the door, it would have like a picture of Chuck Norris kicking the door. You know what I'm saying? Like painted on it, so it like made the fucking dent look right.
That's amazing.
Dude, I was seeing this 1 in every 10 cars had some character like that. Like they basically just like made the best of their car's injuries, which was in itself that was weird. But yeah, dude, it took like, I would say the equivalent of 5 miles took about 50 minutes to travel. And that was completely normal apparently. We got there, and dude, I don't know if this is the case, but I'm going to tell how it felt. Not what was, this might be the truth, but we got there and there were like dudes who I don't know where, if they work for the promoter, or the club, or if they were fucking federales, or I don't fucking know.
Right.
But we check into the hotel. We don't know where the fuck we are. And like me and Stripes wanted to go out. Like, it was like early. Me and Stripes were like, fuck, we're in Moscow, dude. We're not just gonna go to bed. Dude, we had all individual hotel rooms, which is really weird because.
Did you have a chaperone at that point, or were you just like?
That's where I'm going with this, dude. We check into the hotel, and we had 5 individual rooms, and all like, so like I'm fucking sitting in my room. It was good. It said my name on the TV and shit, my birth name and shit, and like. So we were bored. We were just sitting in our fucking rooms alone, like at least me and Stripes weren't. So me and Stripes were like, let's go hit the fucking streets, dude. And like we walked outside, and it was like, oh, no. Like, there were like people like not waiting outside of our room, but in the lobby, like making sure we didn't go anywhere. And I remember like being like, fuck you, and like getting down to at least the street and outside of the hotel we were in. And basically, I don't think they let us go anywhere that
Yeah.
night. And I'll tell you this. So what we said is that we wanted food, right? They sent us pizzas instead. So we got pizza sent to our room. I think I
Especially
had,
pizza
yeah, I had
rolls.
my, dude, I had my own pizza. You want to know something, Loki?
Not bad.
It was, dude, it was the closest to a New York, New Jersey pizza
Get the fuck out of here.
that I've had in Tennessee or that I've had anywhere else in the
Dang.
country. It was a full size, like it was a Jersey pizza, bro.
Huh.
Like it was. Listen, it tastes a little funny, like it had
Right.
some like, but the thickness, it was exactly the shape and probably weight and thickness of a Jersey pizza,
Good to know. Good to know.
bro. Surprising, really. Like it was one of few meals I ate. Well, we were, let's say that we were there 48 hours. I think I ate twice because that was like, I'm not an adventurous eater and I don't exactly enjoy putting fucking mystery fucking anything in my mouth. Um, dude, I remember like, so whatever, we got a pizza. The next day, I think we went to Red Square during the day, right?
Right.
Followed the entire time. Like it just so happened that these people from the hotel that we met were always 50 feet behind us. We weren't told that we were being watched, followed, fucking. But I'm pretty sure
Reminds me
that
of Rocky. Remember Rocky 4?
dude, I was just thinking the same thing. I was going to say it's technically exactly, dude. Exactly. I'm pretty sure that there was people whose job it was to be, you know, in
Make
eyesight
sure the
of us at all
Americans don't
times.
do anything.
Yeah, dude. I'm totally serious. We were never told we were being followed, watched, chaperoned, anything like that. They
Right.
would have told us, they would have had a good time because we would have been like, all right, let's go. Like, let's go have a good time. You can watch us all you want. Fucking here's a beer. But that wasn't the case, man. They were just some mystery dudes that followed us. It's fucking, so whatever the case. It was great. The next day, I guess we went to Red Square during the day. Dudes are behind us the whole fucking time. Um, in Red Square, we ate McDonald's. Like, which is interesting because
Yeah.
none of us really care for McDonald's, but we ate McDonald's as a band, bought some like weird shit on the street, um, did a lot of photography, photos and shit like that. Get to the gig. We get dropped off at the fucking venue. And there's some guy there that he tattoos or whatever. And he says that he wants to tattoo whoever. So it's like a free tour tattoo Sunday. Uh so of course my nose, I'm like, what? We get tattoos, we're gonna pay for them, huh? Like I want a Russia tattoo.
Right.
So however that gets negotiated, at the end of the day, Stripes and Goolsby go to get tattooed with the dude. And like pretty shadily, those two just disappeared. I mean, none of us privy to any conversation.
Right.
All of a sudden, Stripes Tracy were like, yo, dudes, Joe and Tracy, our baby's in the microwave. We gotta
We
go.
gotta go.
Peace.
They didn't tell you where. They didn't say, "Oh, we're getting tattoos." No, they just
Yeah, there
bounced.
was no fuck you, you're not getting tattooed. There was no fucking, it's just like, we're gonna go, goodbye.
Right.
So here me and Tracy are,
That was a secret mission, and we don't want a fucking party over there. Yeah,
whatever the case, man.
that's what that is. I do that move a lot. Fucking.
Well, let me tell you, it worked out. It's a unique, singular, and what that led to is something I'll never forget. They have a tattoo to remind them of that situation. I might never. I'll just as likely never forget fucking
Right.
what happened while they were getting tattooed. So me and Tracy didn't care if he got tattooed. He didn't want to get tattooed, so it
Right.
didn't matter to him. I wanted a Russian tattoo. Like I just wanted to get a tattoo in Russia. So I was a little bummed. Me and Tracy were more bummed that we were in a foreign country with nothing and had hours to kill doing nothing.
Right.
So we're in this club, we're in the green room, and let me tell you, there's vodka. That stereotype rings true. Like they didn't have any food there, nothing or anything. Like, so it's like me, Tracy, a couch, a table, and a bunch of vodka. Right? For like the first hour. And we're like, man, it sucks. Like fuck Tracy and fucking Stripes. I mean, fuck Goolsby and Stripes. And then all of a sudden, dude, like two beautiful women walk in. Like and we're like, the fuck are they doing here? You know,
Right.
there's fucking chicks in the green room. What the fuck is this? It's fucking me and Tracy. What? You know, like, so we're all like, And these chicks come in, they say hello, we don't speak fucking Russian, they don't fucking speak English. So fucking, hello, haha, vodka,
Right.
And then all of a sudden, bro, these chicks start taking their fucking clothes off. Like it was no thing. Right in front of me and Tracy. Like when I say right in front of me and Tracy, I mean like we're sitting on a couch and there's a mirror over on the opposite wall. And these chicks just start dropping their fucking drawers, dude. And they're like, and like change into, basically, it wasn't a strip club,
Right.
but we were in the backstage. The dressing room was quite literally the dressing room. And it was communal to the artists and the dancers that
Right.
were part of the evening as well. And so like, all right, two chicks come in, totally fucking drop their drawers. Fucking, they are bent over doing makeup in a fucking mirror across from me and Tracy. Like we're staring, we're like got a gynecologist fucking view of these broads, or the opposite, I guess. Right? And it's totally fucking normal. So me and Tracy are like trying to be cool,
Just break
trying
out the
not to
vodka
be
and just have a beverage while you're watching this.
trying not to be inappropriate,
Right.
I mean, nothing happened. Like,
Right.
we had girlfriends and wives and like whatever. We were fucking around, like, but we're like, dude, these feel like beautiful women. And then like about a half an hour later, a couple more walk in and they do the same thing. And then a couple more.
It's just all
And then a
night.
couple, and then a
Yeah.
couple more. And like, well, it ultimately kinda all night. But I guess by the time I don't know if Goolsby or Sharps could tell you the same story, because by the time they got back, the club was pretty open. Like we were there the club wasn't open
Right.
at this period of time. Like I guess they were like the first girls to do whatever. As the night progressed and after we played, I think we were the only band actually. After we didn't know this going into it, but it turns out, I guess, that the whole show was someone's birthday or something. And they had like you said, of Europe, DJs and fucking a dance party afterwards.
Right.
Which fucking, let me tell you something. Me, Tracy, Goolsby, and Stripes don't go to fucking dance parties, bro. I have not done a lot of clubbing in my days, like, and even more so in Russia. But they know how to fucking party, bro. So like after we got off stage, the back room's bumping. There's a bunch of there's more vodka than I ever seen in my life. Fucking there's food and shit like that. And fucking there are like fucking 15 to 20 fucking hot fucking broads fucking cycling in and out of this like cages on stage or whatever, dancing. They weren't nude on stage, but they were sexy dancing, let's say.
Right.
And like I said, man, our dressing room was
It was their dressing room. Right.
So I mean, that was certainly a situation,
Different.
Yeah, it was different, bro. And it was totally like, to us, I mean, we were sitting there fucking, dude, to us, it was like, what the fuck? Like how often you're sitting in a room and like a Victoria's Secret model walks in, just fucking drops trow and has a conversation with you the whole time, like I'm talking to you right now.
No, that's fine.
Like it was a little jarring.
That's probably fine.
But me and Tracy looking at each other, we're like, these guys are never gonna believe this. Like, fuck, it was crazy, dude. There's I found there's video footage of it, and it's on YouTube. I found it a while ago. Dude, it's kind of hard to find. But if you look up BLIZZCON Moscow and you dig deep enough, there's backstage footage.
Word.
And we're also, strangely enough, and this is not probably, I don't know who the fuck's birthday it was, bro. But we were supposed to, someone tipped me or Stripes off, I don't know. We're in some fucking reality TV show in Russia. That I guess was filming at that event, but nothing to do with us, BLIZZCON or anything. At the party, and like me and Stripes are like in the background of a whole bunch of shots in a Russian reality TV show, bro.
Crazy. It's hilarious.
Again, also on YouTube, man, if you look for it. But so I probably couldn't find the link again. Someone sent it to me at some point. Fucking crazy. Fucking Russia, dude. There's another funny story to this, is that after the show at like the dance party or whatever, which had an inflatable penis taller than me and Goolsby, by the way. There was like a DJ on stage and a big dick, and fucking at one point Stripes got up on stage and like played drums with the fucking the house music,
right,
and like did a set. It was pretty crazy, like impromptu. It was awesome because his kid was still on stage and shit, you know.
I fucking I'm able to make friends with either the owner of the venue or the head bartender. I'm that guy that becomes friends with, and like, bro,
I know.
I had some good times at these after parties.
Yeah.
Just with the owner just fucking pouring shit down my throat, giving me party favors, like you name it. Like it's just like it was on at some of these things, right? And like, you know, some of them you get to sleep there overnight. They have like the venues, apartment flats and shit like that. And so like I would just pack up my shit but leave it on the stage, right? You know, and we'll load out in the morning. And fucking A, bro.
Yeah.
It's fun. It gets fun.
I'll tell you this, in Russia we didn't bring our gear. There was backline provided, which was very fucking strange to me. You know how I am, a creature of habit.
Yeah.
And to Tracy as well, we walked in the room, and to most people, they'd be pretty stoked about this. I understand why you would choose this as your backline. But to me and Tracy, we walked in, we're like, they had Marshall JCM 100, 900, fucking full stack left and right, dude. Like, Marshall, fuck. And we just sound check and like whatever. We got some sounds out of it, whatever. But I remember telling Tracy, like, yo, this is rental gear, man. Just fucking leave them on, dude. You know, like, just like let them cook, dude. When we go on stage, these fuckers are gonna sound great.
Yeah.
And they did, dude. Like,
I've always been able
like cooking a Marshall like that, man.
Yeah. Whenever there were travel days, I've been able to choose what backline I had. So I like
and good selection.
At worst I had what's the PV one? The 6160? Like what do they fucking do?
The 6505?
60, yeah. Like
that's your worst?
At worst I would have a 6505. Yeah.
You know what? All right, me and Tracy had to pick what we wanted for that tour in advance, and we both picked 6505s. So fuck you.
At worst, I would get a 6505.
I think
I was using.
I'm sorry, we chose 5150s.
I was using an XFX. So the days that I got, bro, let me tell you, the days that I got a dual rectifier, oh my fucking god, the difference.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was just using the tubes from the Mesa. It was
gotcha.
Fucking night and day, dude. The sound and like the 6505, like the Mesa, you have more control over the effects return.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, bro! I used to love when it was a Mesa night. Thank God it's a Mesa night. Here we go,
dude. I don't know if I've ever played through a Mesa rig. I had that. I played one show on a Mesa bass fucking thing that I bought, but I only used it once. Yeah, I can't say I've ever done it.
I mean, it was through the XFX, so it's different. It's not. I wasn't using it So,
I mean, you're using the power section of the amp, which is arguably it. Whatever the case, I guess we had rented 5150s, and we had to have backups as well. You know, like right at the beginning of the tour, we had 2 amps each, like a main amp and a backup. So there were 4 amps, 2 5150s, 2 6505s. And we played with our stuff for a little bit. And the results of that situation were me and Tracy both fucking played 6505s.
Nice.
And it stayed that way. And those 5150s, I don't know if either of us played a gig with them, to be honest with you.
Were they the PV 5150s or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they were fucking awesome. I mean, like I was very satisfied with that, actually.
There's one show I played through of Randall Satan, which was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that Ola England guy fucking
fucking.
It's always about that,
Yeah, awesome. Fucking your story of like having chaperones reminds me of when so we played in El Salvador.
Totally like Rocky.
Yeah, we played in El Salvador, and like El Salvador has one of the highest crime rates in fucking the world, as far as like murders and shit like that, and like MS-13 is like the gang there, and and we show up there. It's like we have a night off, and then the show's the next day, and I'm like, yo. I fucking talked to the promoter. I'm like, anyway, I can sneak out right now. Fucking let's do stuff. And like, he just happens to be buddies with like MS-13's dudes, and like, so I leave. I'm the only one that goes out. I fucking spent all night out in fucking El Salvador with these MS-13 dudes. Just fucking, yeah. Probably not a safe move, but like, I'm like, nah, dude. Like, I got to do something here.
Yeah, man. You gotta keep regular.
Yeah.
Can't just go for partying every night, take a night off, and expect to party again.
Actually, I did karaoke with MS-13. It was yeah. We hit one place up where they had karaoke. I did a Bon Jovi tune, and like all those dudes loved me instantly. It was on from that point on.
Dude, I remember that I started saying this before, but me and Stripes, the video that you'll find in the backstage ends with me and Stripes like dancing on the dance floor, ironically. Like we were just like the video just happened to catch me and Stripes mockingly dancing on the dance floor together. As a matter of fact, to be fair, that is not the only video from that tour of me and Stripes dancing on the dance floor together. I don't remember doing that a lot, or that was a thing, but there are 2 videos of it. But dude, there's a video.
It's funny how much you'll dance when you're fucking little sauce. You know what I mean? Like
I wouldn't even say that. But sure. But I mean, dude, there's a video of me and Stripes like Beavis and Butthead dancing on the dance floor to Nickelback. I find out. Let me tell you, I didn't know that what I was listening to was Nickelback.
Canada's Pride
video. Yeah, but it took me 2 years after the tour, or 2 years after the dance floor, to realize and see it on YouTube to realize that was Nickelback. Like I really it was probably the first time I'm like, oh, that's Nickelback. Like I really didn't know. I learned who Nickelback was from watching the footage back.
Perfect.
And unfortunately, it was a video of us dancing to it as if we fucking loved it. We're like singing along to it, like banging our hands. It's one of those songs you've heard on the radio a zillion times, but fuck it is, Fucking turns out I like Nickelback or something. Guess. There's also a video of me and Stripes in, I believe it's London dancing. Strangely enough. Yeah, like you said, man, lots of dance parties.
Yeah.
Totally
I used to get my shit fucking packed up super fast, bro. Fucking me and my friend Chris, who was our sound guy, he lives in the UK. Cool.
Sound guy. Tell me about that. Fancy.
I made friends with my sound guy. So, dude, he's the coolest fucking dude in the world.
So let me get this straight. You got a dude who comes on the road with you and does sound every night. Same guy.
Yeah. Bro, you don't know how fucking amazing that is.
I don't know how amazing that is. I truly don't know how amazing that is. I've never had that experience.
It was a godsend, and Chris, he is a sound guy who knows. He's a sound guy who knows what he's fucking doing too. Like he's fucking a brilliant musician. He's
yeah.
He's a brilliant musician. He's a great sound guy. He went to school for it. Like
he'd be like if me and you were a sound guy.
Yeah.
Instead of a fucking, like.
And most of his jobs are like tour manager jobs, or like he gets put with bands who don't like, who are very serious, or like the guys who do like to party don't want to party with the crew because it sends the wrong message. Blah blah blah. Well, me and that dude.
What do you mean?
There are other bands who they don't party with the help. Basically, you know what I mean? Like they hired that guy to do sound, so the band doesn't party with the sound guy.
Next time you see those guys, you tell them that they're fucking dicks.
Right.
Okay. That ain't cool. I don't like that.
So, but me and this dude, we're like BFFs, fucking, and He was a workhorse, dude. This guy, he was the most helpful tech, whatever you want to call it. Even with people I've been in bands with, he is the hardest working dude. We were done loading in and out. Like, fuck, you just snap your fingers. We were fucking, it was on.
Quicker than Dean?
Quicker than Dean. This guy was a true workhorse, bro.
Dean's very enthusiastic.
Yeah. But yeah, me and Chris Lanterns were, you know, just fucking, we're known to wreck it up every city. His big thing was like, we were taking electronic scooters everywhere. So like the shows were done, like, so this is the way we worked it.
Oh man, it'd be dangerous.
The fucking bus would park at like, you know, a truck stop, gas station, whatever the fuck. And so the band would send us the location of where the bus would be. And me and Lanterns would fucking take electronic scooters and just fucking jet everywhere in the city. No matter what city we were in, we're fucking scootering everywhere, fucking getting hammered, going everywhere on scooters.
So he would rock with you every night.
Yeah, every night.
And he was super professional. He was super professional.
Super
at
pro,
partying, too.
everything. Yeah, he was everything you could ask for in a person. This guy was.
In my opinion, that's what it takes, man. You got to be able to hang both ways. You got to be able to be super pro at partying, and you got to be super pro about being on stage.
Yeah.
You know, like it both come up.
This guy had what it takes.
That's awesome, dude. He was like a Tito on steroids in Europe.
Yeah, young kid too. He's younger. Well, I mean, I'm old now, so, but younger than me. Fucking super great work ethic. Fucking just all around dude. And he was like a tour manager for other bands, so he would help me out with that aspect. And he toured so much in Europe that like he would know where to park. Like
Did you have a tour manager?
No, I was the tour manager, but yeah, he helped me with.
So you just had a sound guy.
Just had a sound guy and a driver.
And sound guy Chris traveled with you?
Yeah.
Obviously.
And Arturo was there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
That dude was amazing.
Is that part of the crew
amazing.
out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just jarring to me because I've never had a sound guy.
When we came back to the States, dude, and we were doing shows without a sound guy, I just want to blow my brains out. And like, you know, out there, it becomes like part of the routine where when you know your sound guy, like, it's the same every day. You're doing.
Yeah,
like,
it ends up being the same, man.
Yeah.
They work their magic.
And then you come back to the States and like, fucking homeboy's hungover from last night. You know what I mean? He's got a shitty attitude because he had to wake up for this fucking show.
Yeah, homeboy's waiting for fucking to get a call for the dude to show up for him to fucking be good.
Yeah,
be a good sound guy. He needs to be a good sound guy call.
Got to give him weed to fucking be any sort of fucking good.
Yo, damn right.
The shitty attitude in the States, man. It's just a shitty attitude.
I don't think you've got to play there before, man, but there is one state safe haven that will make you feel like you're in Europe.
What?
Reggie's in Chicago.
Reggie's? No, we usually play that other place, fucking Lombard.
Yeah, we're too hooked to that place. That band's too hooked to that place. Which Lombard, it's a good spot, man. What the fuck is that place called?
Brower House.
Brower House, great cheeseburger.
Zombie burger, baby.
We played there a lot, bro.
Yeah.
I think both bands too.
Yeah.
Always good shows too.
Mm-hmm. Brower always takes care of everyone, man. So it's a good guy.
Absolutely. Reggie's, no disrespect to any other venue, especially the Brower House, who always took care of us fucking excellently.
But it's different, right? Like, you got to figure, like, Brower House is to Chicago as Dingbats is to New York City.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yes. It's on the outskirts of a larger city.
Yeah.
Which is where fucking real motherfuckers live, bro. You know, like, I'm gonna find real New Yorkers, man. Go to Jersey.
Right.
You know, like, whatever the case, Reggie's, dude, is like, it is a building that is just built for bands, dude. It's incredible. There's like there's 3 levels to it. Yeah, 3 levels. The upstairs is like one of the nicest American stages, or for the scale of bands that they commonly have through the room, which they probably have like mid to high level bands, but or low to high level bands, let's say, for let's say fucking 700 cap room. They have a broad scope of fucking talent, like from bottom to the top. And if anyone who plays 700 to 800 cap, maybe 1,000 cap room, dude. There's 3 levels to it, dude. And top stage is one of the most ideal stages, bro. There's a really accommodating backstage. Tony would be stoked. Yeah, it leads right out, stage door right to the stage. Fucking stage is deep.
Nice.
Fucking,
Yeah.
it's really wide. Awesome place, great sound. And then you go downstairs, and the middle level's a kitchen, and they got a guy in there like all the time, dude. And they totally hook the bands up. They totally cook for you. The menu is enormous. You pretty much have anything you want. And then downstairs, it's like a fucking European venue. Not in the way that you sleep there per se, but you could, and I'm sure most bands do. In our situation, we didn't.
Right.
But they have a room downstairs that's like the real green. There's like a green room behind the stage, and there's like a real green room downstairs. And it was just like a huge fucking basement type area that was totally green roomed up. And there were like, I want to say like 12 couches in the room. 12 couches, and there was a room off the side that had a shower and washer dryer and another washer dryer. So like you could play Reggie's, eat whatever fuck you want. I think, I almost want to say we did stay there. Sleep on a couch, which for
Right.
me is fucking, free fucking couch. I'll take that. Where I come from, I'll fuck take a free couch over a hotel no matter how much we're making. Like waste not, want not, bro. The fucking party's probably gonna be where the couches are at anyway. Like fuck, goddamn cook, make you breakfast in the morning. Like
Right.
But yeah, man, Reggie's, bro. It is it's most comparable to, and from what I understand, I know one of the dudes in the goddamn gallows works there.
Oh, word.
But I don't know if this is true or not, but from what is explained to me is that either the owners, the founders, or the staff were all musicians, and they who traveled everywhere and fucking wanted to make a venue that was as accommodating. Let me tell you,
They do
it was
it right.
accommodating. Yeah, dude, they did it right, man. They really took care of the bands, man. Like I'm not just saying any place else fucking doesn't, but they had a 3-floor establishment to do so, and the bands were very VIP in that situation, dude. Like unlike anything I had ever seen at that point. Absolutely, it was the best we'd ever been probably ever treated as far as location.
Right.
We played some festivals or something where it was really dope and shit, but not like this.
Yeah, huh?
Do you remember when we played that fucking
Amnesia Rock
we played
Fest?
Amnesia Rock Fest in Canada? We played with Slayer, Linkin Park, Snoop Dogg. I'm trying to Lincoln System of a Down. It was like absurd top notch bands, which to me I would have been stoked with the bands we were playing on our stage.
Do you remember who we played in between?
Do you remember who played right before us?
The Bouncing Souls.
No. CKY played right before us.
No, CKY played after us.
No, you're incredibly wrong.
So all right.
I'll bet you $20 you're wrong.
We were side by side on 2 stages. CKY played on our stage. They played before us on our stage. But while we were setting up, the Bouncing Souls were playing.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I thought on our stage it was absolutely CKY.
Yeah. Because I remember, to me, it was like they were side by side, right? So it just kind of felt like the same stage, even though
I remember bringing my gear onto the stage and like I like CK. I like a bunch of their songs. CKY.
But it wasn't the original singer. It wasn't that guy.
Yeah, sure. It wasn't. I've never seen CKY live before, so to me, whatever. But surprisingly enough, dude, I was into CKY when they were like doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
But after the fact, someone turned me onto that band, and I really dug their music, man.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't dig their aesthetic or their what they're about so much, but like, and not that they're about anything shitty, but I really fucking dug their records, man. Like, and like their bass player is really nasty, dude.
Yeah.
So
Really
to me,
nasty.
like when we got there and I saw the fucking lineup, and I'm like, fucking CKY is playing before us. Like,
Before us, yeah.
fucking, like I have to play bass after the bass is CKY. You fucking kidding me?
I saw them at the Starland Ballroom. And dude, they were just, it was with the original singer, and they were just such a great band live. Like they just knew how to meld things, like from the way it's played on the record to
Yep.
just being awesome, like
The guitar
unique
player,
every
the
like a
octave
unique
pedal, bro.
experience every fucking night, and that's pretty fucking cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
They have that band has a sound, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like they have a sound that's I don't want to say unto themselves, but CK, you know when you hear CKY,
Yeah.
you know who you know that. Whatever the case, dude. Do you remember what happened to me that night?
Well, I don't
I learned the lesson.
because I had to leave.
Oh, well, that's another story. What happened? That would be the story of what happened to me for the next 2-3 days. But no, I say that night because I'm used to referring to us playing as nights. But right, we played at like 3 in the afternoon that day.
Yeah, it was like midday. Yeah,
Which, let me tell you, this show was so stacked that playing at 3 in the afternoon was
it was
not a
awesome.
bad slot.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was not a bad slot. But let's say we played at 3. We brought our rigs, we weren't backlined. I had one of the worst. That is that the biggest gig? That might be the biggest gig I ever played. Right. I had probably the worst stage folly. Dude, I'm gonna call, well, it might be worse than fucking Milwaukee Metal Fest.
No way.
I didn't throw my bass strings down onto the stage twice by accident, but it was probably my worst gear folly, let's say. And
I
to
had a
know,
problem too, if you remember. Maybe you might have been
I
too busy
don't.
with your own shit, but like,
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out why I was not getting any sound, and it was before our first note. Like, and like 2 minutes seems like 85,000 minutes.
Yes.
When your shit's not working and you're you're playing in front of 20,000 people, and you're supposed to go on.
Yeah, so, dude, it probably feels like more than that, dude. Because usually bands in that situation have a road crew and like are on. Like we were coming from New Jersey to Canada to play on a bill that had, bro, every band, like literally everyone.
Amnesia Rock Fest was amazing.
Yeah, dude. We played the same bill as fucking Snoop Dogg. The Descendants played the same stage we did that night.
Right.
Fucking everyone, bro. The Deftones played that night. Like huge bands. So anyway, I think, if correct me if I'm wrong, but we had just gotten off the road. Like we had done, we were in the swing of doing grave shows for sure. We had been there a minute. We had at least done like,
we did a Canada run.
No, I think that we had done, well, the first thing we did when me and you came back to Graves, the first thing we did was like a 3-week Halloween tour.
Yeah.
And then maybe this is after that. Maybe we did another tour. It
was definitely after that.
But the Amnesia Rock Fest was kind of a one-off to us.
Yeah.
Like we were a one-off in between 2 tours, So I guess what happened, Dean was teching for us at the moment. And
BK was there just because he was there.
Yeah. Yeah, BK was there, Brian Kellner.
Because he was there to party.
Yeah, he was going to the show anyway.
Yeah.
Because it was an awesome gig. So he actually just drove up to Canada and bought a tent space.
Right.
He drove up there and he had a tent in like the field that not so awesome part of that show was like a mile away.
The 3-day festival, so yeah.
Yeah. And fucking Jesus's band was on that bill. Fucking everybody was there. If they would have nuked that place, there would have been no music left. Fucking that's how many motherfuckers were on this bill that weekend. Um,
Right.
Whatever the case, fucking I guess before that gig, dude, I have played an Ampeg SVT4 Pro my entire career of playing fucking bass on stage. Never not played with that amp because I've never had problems with it. In 2005, when our gear got stolen and I had to rebuy a whole new rig, I bought the same fucking rig because there was nothing fucking wrong with it. And it was reliable and it did exactly what I wanted all the time. It was very easy for me. So with my Ampeg SVT4 Pro, Trusty Rusty probably literally played 1,000 shows. You're right. I know what you're talking about. Maybe
It's not that it turned off, but something happened where,
I remember what you're saying.
yeah.
I think that maybe leading up to this, maybe.
And I think it was an overheating
No.
issue because it was a different case.
Okay, maybe it was after.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're right. I do remember something like that as well. But this night, right before going into that show, I had this calzone case, which was like a custom made, really nice, a case I otherwise wouldn't have been able to afford, like rack case. And I had that. It was the best. It was what I had. I bought it off Mars. He used to be a Mr. Monster from the Empire Hideous. It was like his old Empire Hideous rack. I don't know how I came about it or how it came into my possession, but it was Mars's. Had Empire Hideous stickers all over it and shit like that. So I used it for a very long time, probably straight through Doomsday and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess one of the latches on the front of the case was busted. And Dean, being a nice guy and a good friend and he was working for us at the time and great tech. I think Dean had all our gear or something like that. And Dean had this SKB case, like a black two-handled, like bigger SKB case that he wasn't using. And so he transferred my entire rig into a new rack case. And the next show, we rehearsed and fucking it was fine. Why would you think that things were going to be weird because you changed your case?
Yeah.
But we had rehearsed and things were fine. That day, we loaded out into behind the stage, which was in broad daylight. And I guess what happened is that my rig overheated from sitting in the fucking sun in a black case.
And it pushes everything right up to the case, but there's a lot of space in between the front and the back panel. But it doesn't make a difference for the SVT4 because the shit's on the side.
Yeah, it sits flush against the vents of the amp sit flush against it. So when I turned on my amp, it was already hot. What I want to say is that I think we checked it and it worked.
Yeah. It was like intermittent, you know what I mean?
Yes, like, probably bouncing souls were on. In between, we probably went like bop, bop, bop. Okay, works, sounds great. Go on stage, and the amp didn't fuck. There was no sound. Absolutely no sound. At that point, I had no idea what it was. Cooked it, bro.
Just fucking everyone running around like a chicken with no head, trying to figure shit out.
Yep. Because who would have known? Ultimately, I wound up playing. That was one of those times I played an Ampeg Classic. Like, I guess they had some house gear.
Right.
Because, I mean, we had to
switch it out real quick.
Yeah, dude, I got my shit switched out and just played on the fly. And fucking again, we've discussed this before, but as much as every band I've ever loved and listened to, every bass player I've ever fucking loved and listened to, usually has an Ampeg Classic fucking tube head behind them. It's never fucking worked for me.
Right.
I've never been able to find my sound on it. It's just never worked for me. That night was one of those nights. I don't think I sounded terrible and not like that. I got to the gig, I was fine. I didn't have a problem with it once I was going. But holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck. The whole reason I brought this gig up is because, do you remember the amenities that night? That day?
What, with that little fucking house or whatever?
Well, yeah, there's a little house. I don't know if we were even privy to the house, to be honest with you. We were privy to the house for a little while.
We were privy to the house for a little while, but
oh yeah, we were. We had a back room though. Yeah, okay. No, dude, there was a forklift driving around that fucking motherfucker all around backstages. They dropped off an entire pallet of beer to the backstage, bro. A fucking pallet of beer, bro. A pallet of beer.
Also, if you remember,
like you drive a forklift like the size of that.
Yeah. we weren't supposed to be where we were. Like we kind of just we showed up super early and parked at that spot the whole fucking day behind the stage, and like we were not supposed to do that.
Yeah, we totally jerseyed our way into that
Yeah.
parking spot. Yeah.
We're like,
Just
no, we're
fuck you. You
no,
guys
we
park
live.
over to the left. We're like, we're going over there, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, we live directly behind the stage we're gonna play, and it doesn't matter what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, we pulled up, parked wherever we wanted. No one said a word.
Yeah.
But what happened that weekend was, or to you guys, that was that day. I think you two people. Michael had to be somewhere the next day,
and I drove him home.
You had to drive, and there was like someone else had to be somewhere too.
Maybe Dean. I don't know.
I don't know. I was there, and I was like, why would we
most likely
here?
Tony who came with us.
Yeah, Tony had to be somewhere. And as soon as I got there, I'm like, why would you guys ever leave here? Like, this goes on for 3 more days. Fuck it. I got a backstage pass. I am fucking staying here. Fuck you guys, go home to New Jersey by yourselves. I'm staying in Canada for the next 2 days. And Brian Kellner had a tent in Canada.
Right.
And was with us. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay here with Brian. And let me tell you, dude, the wristbands we had and our backstage passes,
all access.
Yeah, for me at least.
Right.
And like if you know how to access the all access, it is
right.
If you know how to access all access,
just how my Sony pass, how my Sony pass was all access, right?
Exactly, bro. Yes, I was able to. I watched the Deftones play that weekend, standing on the stage next to the singer for Sublime, the new guy, Rome. Right. And smoked a blunt with him. Like that dude came, like he was smoking a blunt, and I was like, walked up to him and just like, let me hit that, bro. And in smoking that blunt, I realized that was the Sublime dude. Like, word. And he goes, yo, Deftones are about to go on. Let's go. I go, all right. We fucking walk up, dude. And I watched whole Deftones set, standing on stage with them fucking smoking a blunt. Little harder later on. I was able to get to the main stage and stand on stage for most bands. Snoop Dogg, Rob Zombie, Slayer, not so much. I wrote it, dude. So I guess it's a 3-day show. We were there first day. We were able to, one of you guys had like slipped your wristband off and gave it to Brian.
I might have done that, yeah.
Or I think there was you needed like a combo. It was like a wristband and a pass.
Yeah.
I had the wristband and the pass. I think one of you guys, I think Brian was given a pass, like while he was there. We didn't have the wristband.
I might have done it because I knew I was leaving. I knew I was driving everyone home. So
Brian, albeit he was sleeping in the tent, had full access to everything as well as I did. By like day 2, we find out that there is a master green room better than ours.
Right.
Like that. It turns out where we thought was the dope green room we were in, fucking was actually not the dope one.
That was just like the stage green room.
Dude, that was a goddamn band house, bro.
Yeah.
It was like the Descendants were in room A. Fucking, we were in room B. Fucking CKY was in C. And they filtered it out of
really, you were only supposed to be there because you were playing the stage in a couple hours. Like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless you were the headliner, then you had it
exactly.
Time. So the main room was the Descendants, if you remembered. Like, I was shitting my pants the whole time. Anyway, I stood off stage and watched the fuck. I stood behind the drum kit for a Descendants set, and if you're a Descendants fan and you know their drummer, that is fucking awesome to stand behind that dude. But me and Brian find out that this is like another like green island, no less. You have to take a boat to it. So me and Brian are like, yeah, let's see if we can get in over there too. So we get on a boat, it's not a ferry, it's a boat. We get on a boat to the main stages, like where Snoop Dogg and Rob Zombie and them are fucking their green room. And we don't really even kind of know this, but we went over there, and whatever the case, when we got there, at least I don't know what happened, but it wasn't that awesome. However, when we decided, we're like, this place kind of sucks, actually, let's go back to the show. We go to take the boat back, and the dudes who get on the boat with us It's the fucking Offspring. And like, we didn't know this at first.
Right? Yeah, you were telling me. I remember.
Yeah, bro. Fucking so it's fucking goddamn Dexter Holland and Noodles are on the fucking boat with us, and just, we got up hanging with those dudes for a minute. You know, like an awesome boat ride. We get across, bro, and those guys were on next on the main stage. So we walked off a boat. Me and Brian get off a boat, and like by this time we like know who they are, and fucking we're like it's all figured out, and we've been partying for a minute, and they had to go on stage like then. So we like walked up and fucking went on stage with the Offspring, like we're in the goddamn band, dude. You know, like it's stood on stage and watched them, dude. It was awesome. That was the only main stage. Believe it or not, the Deftones were on main stage, but that was the only main stage band I was able to get up there for.
Fucking awesome.
But I mean, otherwise, dude, I mean, you know how good the bands were that were on the second stages and third stages and fourth stages. So I mean, what difference did it make? But
and we were actually on a great stage. We had the Tony Sly stage, which was no joke.
Wasn't a bad stage.
Yeah,
dude, I remember, dude, and I'll tell you this much: most of the best shows I've seen weren't on even the first and second stages.
Yeah,
you know, like some of the best shows I've ever seen in my life actually were at that weekend, dude. And fucking we're on the third and fourth stages. The fucking Suicide Machines, bro. I listened to that band since like I was 13 years old, and didn't follow them all the way through. But this is the first time I saw them live, and I stood on the stage for it. And bro, they fucking are one of the best live bands I've ever seen in my life. I had no idea. The Suicide Machines are incredible live. I also watched what's his fucking name? The fucking road trip comedian. What is his fucking Tom Green?
Oh yeah.
Dude, Tom Green did a stand-up show that week, and it was on our stage. And he got pelted with sausages.
That's funny.
I don't know where the audience got sausage from. I would not want to be a
stand-up comedian in that kind of environment. That's just not the environment for a stand-up comedian. That's why Bill Burr did his Philly rant, because it was like a concert.
Yeah.
And they had stand-up comedians in them. Whenever there was like. But, like, goddamn, that's got to be frightening as a comedian. Because, like, it's just not the environment. You know what I mean?
Yo, go figure that fucking Bill Burr's rant in Philly kind of defined his career, dude.
It did, but he was not. It's not like he was on stage super comfortable about doing it.
No, not revered for it, dude. Like, probably just as much. I would say, I don't know Bill Burr, but I would say that he was probably equally as revered as panned for it.
Right.
You know, like he
said his he said his
fucking skit.
He said his audience. Booed. He said his audience.
Yeah.
Like, these people will like me, these people won't, and these people will follow me forever. But honestly,
you think he knew that? I don't think he knew that.
I don't know if he knew that or not.
I think Bill Burr really just gave Philly a piece of his mind.
No, yeah, he was unhappy with being on the stage at that moment, and he tore them a new asshole.
Yeah, he tore that. He honestly tore
legitimately
that new asshole.
Yeah,
and was booed the entire time. And now Philly's not a city you want to do that in.
Give a fuck.
And there's probably a zillion people there. Let's say.
I loved it.
I loved it too.
Loved it.
But let me tell you, there might be a zillion people in fucking Philly, but there's like a trillion people fucking. There's a quadzillion people fucking everywhere else, and they all loved it. And it arguably find him
because everyone also hates Philly. Philly just happens to be a bunch of piece of shits. Like, especially if you're a sports fan, which Bill Burr is, so he has like the history of like sports and shit like that. Like, those people in Philly are throwing fucking snowballs at Santa Claus. They have no regard for humanity whatsoever. Like, so yeah. There's all that stuff into it. You know, when you're a sports fan, you really love to hate Philly.
Bro, watching I don't have any fucking opinion of Philly other than that. It's just like it's like B grade New York to me. You know, it's like cheesesteak New York. You know, like
cheesesteak.
It's like oh, New York. So you know, like it's like oh, you're like New York 20 years.
Let's go to cheesesteak New York. All right.
Yeah. Let's go to what New York was like 20 years ago, which is actually arguably cooler, to be honest with you. Or not even arguably. Right. It was fucking cooler. Fuck.
New York's making a comeback. I heard they got the squeegee guys back on the street corners. Fucking
squeegee guys.
The guys that wash your window on the corner.
That's a scam, bro. It's a scam. You don't let no one wash your windows. I don't fucking trust New York again until they got homeless people and fucking hookers.
They used to have
When they
that
got
shit
hooker-
fucking when I was a kid. Be like the homeless people washing the squeegees, and I heard they're back.
Yo, my I don't know. I hope this isn't derogatory. I hope I don't get canceled for saying this. But
We're canceled already. Whatever.
yeah, right. Fucking who canceled you? Fucking Shammy? Come on.
Right.
Fucking so my aunt was, when I was growing up, right? My aunt was a New York City cop. She was a transit cop, and she was like a high-ranking transit officer.
Right.
So me and my sister would get taken to all sorts of places in New York. We'd have like some pretty behind the scenes and all access as far as my little kid ass was fucking concerned, fucking access to New York City. And it was the early 90s. So fucking New York was still New York, you know? I just remember a term. And it's like my first, let's say I'm like 9, 10 years old, bro. And I get brought to New York City, not to like, we would go, I was lucky to go to like the Ringling Brothers, Rockefeller Center,
Right.
fucking all the fancy upsea New York shit. Because my aunt as a
42nd
cop would
Street.
get, my aunt as a cop would get access to this shit or like passes or whatever. She would take her niece and nephew, you know? Dude, I've been locked up in New York City prison when I was like 9 years old for pictures and shit. And like they'd laugh and fucking lock us up and shit. Dude, when I was a kid, my aunt used to give me a gun and I'd run around and play with the gun in the house. How fucking weird is that, bro? It's fucking awful. Like, holy shit. I used to run around the house and play with a real gun, like all the time. I didn't even know it was weird when I did it, but it happened. Anyway, we got to fuck. I derailed myself. I'm thinking about so many things that I got to do at the same time there. Oh, the term. I remember seeing homeless people for the first time in my life. Like, you know, like seeing people living on the streets.
Right.
And being like, you know, I guess like visually taken aback by it as a 9-year-old would be. And my aunt being like, or just the term skells. I've never heard the term skells since then, or out of that term, or out of that context, man. But like, I don't know, man. Skells. I don't know if that's derogatory today, but like that was a dirty word then, I guess.
Yeah. And you know what?
And
What
I've
else
never
was
heard it outside of that.
What else was dirty was you know, when I was a kid. Oh, I'm what 4 years older than you, so take it to the late 80s.
4?
Yeah, and
Sure.
you know, if we were making fun of some kid and we wanted to make fun of his mom or whatever, we'd tell him that his mom worked on 42nd Street, and that has lost all meaning now. Like, there's no like
42nd Street is beautiful.
Yeah, it's like owned by Disney. Like, it makes no sense, but like that's where all the fucking prostitutes used to fucking hang out. 42nd Street.
If they really knew, they would have said 53rd and 3rd, bro.
Well, that was
or maybe that's not the case. Maybe 53rd and 3rd was next.
Right.
Fuck, you want to find a party in like 70s, bro, in the early 70s, late 80s, you go where Dee Dee says, not fucking.
Right. Well, Dee Dee was doing some other partying.
That's what I'm saying. Dee Dee party, bro. Ramon, that is.
Damn.
Dude, you know what else I got to see from that situation as well as my aunt being a cop is I saw the Yankees at Game 7 win the World Series, dude.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you telling me.
Like, despite all touring experiences and world traveling and everything, bro, I'll never forget New York City walking out of Yankee Stadium after the Yankees won the World Series.
Yeah.
Like the streets, like walking out of that, like it was fucking dangerous, bro. I don't know what year that was. I'm sure you could research it, but I was probably 10 years old, man. And I saw Game 7 of World Series, and it was in New York City in the 90s. And it was fucking crazy.
Fucking dude. Joe, at that time, when I met Joe, the Yankees were like beginning their dynasty. And Joe does not give a fuck about baseball, but god damn it, is he the most obnoxious non-Yankees fan. He's like not a baseball fan, but a super diehard Yankees fan somehow.
Dude, my whole family, I come from a family of Met fans, and I, for some reason, am the only Yankees fan in my entire family.
Right.
I have no idea why.
But you don't give a fuck about baseball. You don't follow it. You don't know what's going on. You don't give a fuck.
I did when I was a kid. You know what it was? I didn't give a fuck about baseball when I was a kid either. But, and this is just early Joe finding Joe. But when I was a kid, I collected baseball cards,
right?
Like crazy, and my grandfather did too, man. So like, my collecting sense comes from being a card and comic collector. You know, like I collected baseball cards. I liked collecting things. I didn't like sports, but I collected baseball cards for years, man. And it's like a family thing, man. My whole family collected baseball. I, to this day, have, look, you'd never believe how much sports memorabilia is in my grandparents' house. It's absolutely absurd. Yeah, I was a sports fan when I was a kid.
But you were the
my
most
grandfather
obnoxious Yankee fan of all fucking time.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And strangely enough, my grandfather was the sports fan in my family, and he was the most obnoxious Mets fan ever. However,
your grandma was right up there too. She fucking loved them.
Oh, dude, my grandma and grandpa watched the Mets like religion, dude. Like religion, literally, actually. But
it was the one thing I could get along with that lady with. Like, I'd come over and just talk about Mets. I knew I was golden.
Yep. Yeah, my grandfather knew the Mets. My grandmother knew the Mets as well as my grandfather did. But bro, but my grandfather, being the sweet man that he was, like, he knew I liked the Yankees, so he collected Yankee stuff as well as Mets stuff for me. You know, like, and he was like stoked by the fact that I was into fucking baseball and all, probably. So it was really embraced by my family that I like the Yankees, despite being from a family of Mets fans. Like, dude, literally, I'm the only Yankee fan in fucking, like, I'm sure my niece and nephew have never seen a baseball game, are also Mets fans. It makes no sense I'm a Yankees fan. I'll tell you something that really broke my heart, or it was so sweet. My grandfather passed away like 3 years ago. 3 years ago. And we're going through the house and making adjustments in the house for my sister, my brother-in-law, my niece and nephew to move into the house after my grandparents passed, going through all their old stuff and everything like that. And I was assessing an enormous sports memorabilia collection by myself solely. I was picking through it, looking through it, fucking putting things aside that were particularly particular. Broke my heart, man. My grandfather was such a good man. I didn't even know about this, but I found a book of baseball cards, dude, that was full of Yankees throughout the years. Like, it was just Yankees fucking cards. But the big one, bro, there was another book that was when I was a kid, my favorite baseball player was Don Mattingly. Probably because he had a mullet, and so did I. But dude, there was an entire, bro, there has to be like 150, 200 Don Mattingly cards in a book. And like, dude, like 5 of this dude's rookie card, which is worth a fucking fortune, and fucking crazy, dude. I have a lot of fucking Yankees memorabilia too, man. Fucking Mickey Mantle cards and shit like that, man.
Yeah.
I have a lot of cool Yankee stuff, man. That, yes, you know, you'd never know that about me, or you'd never think that of me, because, you know, I'm not exactly a sports fan. But when I was a kid, that's where I got my sensibilities of collecting in general from that, dude. From being,
you know, what's funny is when I was a kid, I absolutely collected baseball cards, football cards, hockey cards, and then as an adult, I just don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Like, it was the opposite for me. Like,
I've only been interested in like 5 things my entire life, to be completely honest with you. Like, I went from collecting baseball cards to collecting comics, which was pretty short-lived, actually. Like just comics were closer of interest to me than baseball cards were. To I think baseball cards, comic books, Ghostbusters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and rock and roll.
I was disenfranchised by comics. Like, I caught this comic scam early on in my life. Like, I was still young, and I'm like, wait,
what do you mean?
there's fucking Wait, they could just make up the story at any point, like, oh, this is the new universe. Not old universe doesn't count anymore. Nah, yeah, I'm done with this.
Well, let me tell you something about me as a comic collector. Is I didn't read those motherfuckers. I just collected them.
Right.
And I was duped into the single, like, in history, if you read about comic books or if you know anything about comic book collecting, I came of age in the era that was the worst time to be a comic book collector. Um, and what caught me where I started collecting comic books was the death of Superman. Um, which is, dude, the 90s killed both baseball cards and comic book
Right.
collecting as a whole, and it's never been the same since. Um, because I guess people had started realizing that baseball cards were worth a fortune and comics were worth a fortune by that time. So the current things, everything was like printed. It was a clickbait for comics and baseball cards. You know, like they made what was seemingly collectibles or what would seemingly be cherished and invaluable later down the line. And so much so that they killed motherfucking Superman to make a
Right.
buck. And to this day, dude, I
Turned
have,
out he was never dead.
dude, was he there? No, fucking
So
goddamn Doomsday broke his back.
no, so
Fuck
what
you.
happened was is that since Superman, what like the way his body works is that his heart rate slows down beyond the comprehension of any human brain, and it helps him heal faster. So he was alive the whole time. It was just that we couldn't tell. So once his body healed enough to fucking break out of that spell or whatever, like, he came back to life. So he was actually
Oh,
never dead. His heart rate just slowed down so he could heal. So that's the outcome of the Doomsday Superman
he
bullshit.
broke his back, Loki. I watched
Superman
it. I saw it. He snapped his back.
Superman's not from fucking Earth, Joe.
You don't break your back and just fucking heal
No, you're talking
with
about humans. Humans don't break their back and then heal. He's Superman.
Superman.
Right.
All right, I get it.
Get it?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Anyway.
Um. So anyway, dude, I when I was kid, I no serious. I actively collected.
I didn't ever think we'd talk about Superman on this
All
fucking
right, with comic
podcast.
books, I know that's another
Right.
thing you never know about me, sir. That I collected. It's the journey to me being a collector for sure, though.
Right.
You know, like I collected many things before I fucking became who I was, and I think that's an important part of my journey, bro. You know, like it made me an archiver. It made me take care of
Also,
things.
I
It
don't
made
know
me.
if I should be proud or ashamed of what I just told you. The fact that I even knew what
I
happened
didn't know that,
right. Like
especially with what I'm about to tell you. Is that I have every single comic book that is in slight relation to the death of Superman. Um, I had every book. I don't know if this is the proper way to collect them or not, but I had every book that came out that year where is connect. I had the entire series and number of that story,
right.
which is, I think it's like 60, 70 books. And then there's like the Death of Superman comic, which is the biggest folly in all of fucking comic book fucking collecting history. Um, that book, dude, Death of Superman was so. My grandma knew fucking Superman died when that happened,
Right.
and they had like all these editions of it. There was the white bag edition and the black bag edition, which was like the coveted fucking the one. You were lucky to get your hands on it. And then they had like a big thick book and all this other shit. And of course, there's like fucking 60 comics that lead to it and 30 comics that run out of it.
Right.
Every single fucking one, dude. I knew everything about that at one point. Um, it turned out again when I was going through my grandfather's stuff after he passed, bro. I found other boxes of comics, bro, and like my entire collection of those comics is like not doubled but tripled. Like there's everything I have there's two more of it up
Damn.
there. Now it turns out I thought I had some fucking everyone who had that shit thought it was rare shit. But dude, that the black bag edition of the Death of Superman comic is worth like fucking 10, like if $10, bro.
Really?
$5. Yeah, it's worth like $5, dude.
Brutal.
The white bag seal is just as common as any other comic book. It's like $3, dude. Fucking sucks. I mean, I don't know. I enjoy it now for different reasons, but Yeah, man, I have a lot of fucking. I still have a lot of comic books, and bro, I have a lot of baseball cards. I have more baseball cards than you. I probably have more baseball cards than you've ever seen in your life. Like literally. Maybe you know what? If you went to like a baseball card store, they probably have equivalent to the amount of baseball cards that my grandfather has.
Damn.
It's in like a fucking cubbyhole at my grandparents' house, bro. Fucking, I organized it as good as it consolidated and organized it as good as it could be for who, for what, I don't know. But it is there, bro. I recently got into it again pretty hard though. Like, after my grandfather died and everything like that, just trying to know what was valuable. I had to brush
Right.
up on sports a little bit to know what I was looking at and know what I was going through. I mean, I didn't get to keep any cards or nothing, but I'll tell you, for instance, like when Kobe Bryant died, I was like, Kobe Bryant. Fucking,
Do we have Kobe Bryant cards
dude,
here? Let's go.
my mom found Kobe Bryant cards outside, like Kobe Bryant rookie cards. My mom found like 5 of them outside of what I'm referring to in the collection, just laying around the house, dude. Like crazy, dude. Crazy. Outside of the main collection, just in random happenings and findings of the house.
Imagine your grandpa's Kobe Bryant, right?
Yeah.
And like
Oh,
some
if my
some
grandfather
kid,
was Kobe Bryant,
yeah, and
I'd have
some
a
kid
very different life.
somewhere is like, fucking Kobe Bryant's dead. Card's worth something. You know what I mean? Like
That's exactly what I did, bro.
someone's like taking pride in that
When
your
Kobe
grandpa's
Bryant
dead.
died,
You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm,
imagine
yes,
your grandpa being Kobe Bryant. Some fucking douchebag somewhere in fucking New Jersey's like, my
that's
fucking
exactly what I
card's
did.
worth something.
That is exactly what I did. He was the first like big sports star to die since my grandfather had passed, and
Right.
like I knew, dude, like the first 3 days that Kobe Bryant died, his fucking rookie card was going for thousands of dollars, dude.
Oh, really?
And I was like, I got fucking 10 of those motherfuckers. I probably got 20 of that motherfucker.
Damn.
Like, could I have recalled them at that moment? No.
No. Yeah.
Did I have some Kobe Bryant cards? Sure. My mother was able to pull them up outside of that space, bro. Like no problem, dude. My mom don't know shit about fucking sports cards, and fucking she found Kobe Bryant fucking rookies. Like, you don't even know, dude. Did I sell or make any money off of any of them? No, not one. Didn't work out for me. I was ready though. I was ready to hop on it. Now they're, I don't know. I haven't fucking following it up, but I presume they've went down quite a bit. By like a week later, that shit was like back to normal.
Right. You are
But
a
that's the
terrible.
thing
You're
about
an
collecting,
awful.
man.
You're an awful person.
Why? I don't give a shit about Kobe Bryant, bro. It's terrible what happened to him, but listen, I understand he's someone's hero. He ain't my fucking hero though. I'll give a shit about stupid Superman either. Fucking, he can bring us back every day for all I give a fuck.
Superman's fake.
Superman's fake. So is Kobe Bryant.
Real.
Where you show me
Real
Kobe Bryant? Where's Kobe Bryant? Come on, Loki.
Well,
He's just as real as Superman, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm gonna just.
Oh, well, cheers. Yo, half this time, like my drink was like tucked. Like I have like a soda, like a drink. That was like right behind this bottle of Rumplemints, and it's like tucked in a place I couldn't see. So every time I wanted a drink, like I was parched, not even thinking through this episode, I took a sip of Rumplemints instead of a drink. About halfway through, I was like, "Oh, I got a drink." Shit, that's right. But I'll tell you, that's how immune to Rumplemints I am, bro. I don't fucking taste like fucking
Didn't
fruit
even
juice to
affect you.
me
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Just like, oh yeah.
And, I'll tell you, the first sip of Rumplemints is still jarring every time, every day.
Oh yeah.
That very first sip always gets
The first sip is the hardest to do. It's honestly of anything. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna drink, and like you kind of just baby that first one, and then you have the first one. They're like, all right, let's go. Everything goes down a little smoother every time after.
Sure, but Rumplemints is really jarring.
It really
And
is.
that coming from a guy who
Gives you like a little chill. It just makes the hair
you
stand up a
arguably
little
might
bit.
not find a person who drinks exclusively Rumplemints in quite the way that I do. In the way that, like, bro, not that this is safe, advisable, or that anyone should ever do this, but like in Darrow's van, at any given time, there were probably 2 bottles of Rumplemints fucking like ding, ding,
Yeah,
in the
floating
fucking
around.
under the
Yeah.
seats of the van. So like We have the best fans in the world, bro. We get a bottle of Rumplemans today, no problem. Not from the venues, but from our fans. Like people would just fucking bring us bottles of Rumplemans.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't always finish them every night. So we'd have a nice collection of half bottles of Rumplemans.
My favorite thing touring the UK was that someone would bring me like the scotch that they want me to taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something I've never tried before, but something high class. And like, yo, I know you fucking love whiskey and you love scotch. Here's this fucking bomb ass scotch that I brought for you. And I'm like, oh my God, every night would be just this new bottle of loveliness.
Yeah.
And like, it's, you know, in the States, a nice bottle of scotch sometimes is upwards of like, you know, $40 a shot, let alone to buy the bottle it's fucking crazy. But over there, it's Scotland, so it's just normal. Like a $40 shot of scotch there is like $7. So I was in fucking heaven. I was like, I can try all this bomb ass fucking scotch right here for fucking cheap. Beautiful. And then like people would bring me bottles.
Scotch.
What?
I don't know if I've ever drank scotch.
It's just in the family of whiskey.
I was thinking, you turned me on to bourbon at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was you were kicking bourbon real hard at your bourbon phase. Sorry. And I really got into it.
Basil Hayden. I thought you probably would.
Basil Hayden, yeah. That's it, dude. That's just that's the
it's
from
not
a non-whiskey drinker.
Yeah. Because that's not like offensive, you know what I mean? You taste the basil with some ice, Basil Hayden, it's nice.
Where were we when I started drinking that, man?
I don't remember.
We were on we were on a deck. I don't know where, dude. I remember. This is what I can tell you. We were on a back deck, and Mikey was playing with the full-size Ninja Turtle toys.
What?
Dude, you know, like the '90s Ninja Turtles that were like, you know, like big, dude. They were like.
But no, I'm trying to figure out where we were. Like, why were there Ninja Turtle toys in access?
Like, fucking. What? We don't know any geeks? Are you kidding me?
Right. I guess you're right.
Come on, bro. Fucking. I want to say we were in Canada, actually. For some reason.
That dude, Adam Tompkins' house. Yes.
Yeah?
I am still in touch with this kid, actually. Fucking me and Adam, yeah, we talk all the time. But remember, we didn't have a place to crash, and this random dude who we never fucking met before was like, come to my after party, and you could stay at our house. And we fucking did. We went to this fucking dude Adam's house, and that was a wrap, dude. Like,
and you had Basil Hayden?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Fucking nice. Does that make sense in Canada? Would you be able to get that there?
Yeah, it was, I forget the city that Adam lived in, but yeah, it was totally this kid Adam.
Fucking A. Thanks, Adam. It was a good night. Good day. The next day is what I remember of it. Fuck. What were we saying about fucking where are we coming from on that Basil Hayden thing?
I don't remember where we're coming from. But I do also remember like I can't drink tequila like everyone else. I'm a bad tequila drinker. But do you remember sitting at fucking Joey Gore's pool? Just fucking like Shayla got us this fucking bomb ass tequila that you could sip on. And we were just having fucking.
Yeah, we're gulping it.
We're sipping. Yeah, well, yeah, we were sipping tequila.
You and Brian and Mikey killed the largest bottle of Baker's Mark before noon.
Yeah, that's because we drove all night. It was 10 o'clock in the morning. We couldn't sleep, so we were like, "Let's start drinking." And that's the day. Remember, Brian jumped into the pool and hit his head on. He hit his head on the bottom of the pool and broke his fucking head open. So he was bleeding everywhere.
Didn't interrupt this one bit.
Yeah. Brian Kellner's in the chat, so he's
yeah
he's saying what's up. Brian said we drank everything that day.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
I gave Mikey Wasted a nice slap on the back. You remember?
Yeah, you left fucking 10-finger imprint with one hand. Fucking brought it.
Yeah. Joey Gore's house has seen some shit, man.
Yeah, everything
Joey, I thank
in the world happens at Joey Gore. It's totally true.
I thank you and I'm sorry, both at the same time, because awesome and terrible things happen at Joey Gore's house, like both.
It's always been at the same time.
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Yeah. My brother's in an accident. I gotta go.
Broke up with Sam Wolf at Joey Gore's house.
Yeah.
And then we had like fucking
the shit gets stolen.
Right after the shit got stolen,
right.
we went to Joey Gore's house, and fucking that was fucking crazy day.
Yeah.
And then me and you got into a fight at Joey Gore's house.
Well,
that?
Yeah.
Was that the time before? Even I don't remember.
Well, we all got into a fight that night. The gear got stolen. You fucking left and you went with Goolsby. You're like, I can't be around these fucks anymore. I'm going with Goolsby.
No, and then, I just wasn't driving back with you fucks. I was like, I am not driving from fucking Phoenix to fucking New Jersey with you folks. Absolutely not. And so, then, and it just so happened that Goolsby was playing Phoenix that night, and I was like.
But I think the other time, the only reason
if I show up to the show tonight, can I come with you home? Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
The only other reason we were remotely in a fight at Joey Gore's house is because I was going home and you did not want me to go home. But I was like, "Fuck you, Joe. I'm going fucking home." Like you
always mistake that. I did not want you to go home. I was just panicking.
Yeah, but whatever the case, that also happened at Joey's house. That
we had a very civilized fucking argument that night, if you remember too.
Right, we do. That's when I was sipping fucking.
Me and Loki had an argument, and we sat in a hot tub together and sipped tequila all night. Fucking civilized, disgusting. But that's not the only fight me and you had at fucking Joey Gore's house.
I don't remember.
Loki, there's one time ever in our experiences in our travels that we have ever even come close to throwing down one another, and that was also at Joey Gore's house.
But that was with Michael. That was the Michael thing.
Yeah, that was the Michael thing. Yeah. That was not the fucking other thing.
Yeah, that was our gear got stolen, and then we had a big
That was
fight.
A separate day than the other day.
Yeah,
that was day 2. So yes, every day Joey Gore's got some unique experiences.
Yeah,
sure.
So I feel sorry for you, but also thank you.
Yeah, I got the cops called on him. I had the closest thing to an intervention that you could ever have.
Because you were hanging outside, and the neighbors were like, "Do you know this person hanging outside?"
Yeah, what happened was our gear got stolen. This is a good story. Our gear got stolen, and we were in Vegas, and I didn't sleep. I played the show in Vegas. I got ripped. I did Vegas. I drove from Vegas.
You didn't drive anywhere. I drove.
Sure.
However, I actually told part of the story with TB, and I fucking I ripped Wednesday 13, a little bit of a new one publicly.
I saw that. and agreeable. Yeah. That's not even where I was going to go with it. But absolutely, and I'm happy you did. I didn't like them before that.
Right.
But
still, I did not liking them before that is not like, for me, it wasn't a personal experience.
Yeah,
that is as personal as experience as I can get.
Yeah, that was just dick as fuck. They really could have been. You had an opportunity to be really rad or really shitty, and they chose really shitty.
Right.
Whatever the case, neither here nor there, is our gear got stolen. Dude, well, all right, where are we coming from? The res before the gear got stolen? Right? The reservation? Chinle?
I don't remember what happened at the res.
Bro, we were driving into Vegas. You were driving. Everyone else went to sleep. I had fucking Vegas eyes, right? And fucking, I was like 4 rows behind, but I was the only dude in the van awake.
Right.
And so it was like me and you communicating through fucking 4 rows and fucking the rear view mirror on that ride. Really.
I definitely remember you being the only one awake, because when we got to Vegas, it was like 9-10 in the morning. Me and you went drinking at the you went drinking in the casinos, and everyone stayed sleeping in the van.
Do you remember that we watched the NFL game on a Sunday morning?
That's right.
Yes. Me and you watched an entire football game and got hammered on a Sunday morning.
Yep. Waiting to check in.
No, it wasn't Sunday. It was like a Saturday. It was an off football day.
Yeah, we were waiting to check in.
Yeah, everyone else in the van sleeping. Me and Loki just got done with the ride. The ride to Vegas is exhilarating. Like, it's it's actually really boring, and then it's exhilarating.
Right.
But I love Las Vegas. It's arguably my favorite city in the world. Probably my favorite city in the world.
Right.
So I couldn't sleep if we're going to Vegas, dude. I fucking love that ride. Whoever your co-pilot was probably Steak on that tour. Yeah. Passed out as fuck.
Yeah. Everyone was sleeping.
Everyone was sleeping except for me. I was awake. So Loki gets there, he parks, fucking me and Loki go on a party. Could have skipped the middle of the story when the gear gets stolen, whatever. Although that's pretty interesting too. I'll tell it. I can tell it real quick.
But if you remember, I was when I got there, I was pissed off because if you remember, there was a certain way that we used to park when we got to said hotel, and that day we couldn't do it because we were forced to park in this like truck stop parking style where you just pull straight in, and I couldn't back the trailer against anything, and I was like, I even said to you, I'm like, I don't know, man, like. Usually I park this thing against a wall or something. I can't do it.
Yeah, we
here.
were right in the middle of a fucking
Yeah.
enormous parking lot. But at the same time, we were in fucking Vegas and there's cameras everywhere and fucking, you know, so we parked near a security booth too. And I remember acknowledging it. Whatever the case, that's not the story I'm trying to tell.
Right.
I'll summarize it real quick though. I can skip through the middle of the whole fucking scenario and not make it dramatic too. My perspective of that situation is me and you got fucking ripped, right?
Early in the morning.
Early in the morning. I'd been up all night. All y'all go to sleep. Quincy and Steak wake up at that point. You did the smart thing and went to sleep. Quincy is like, we're in Vegas? Good morning. And fucking, let's fucking party. What are you guys doing? And me and Quincy went to go see Lemon at the dive bar.
Right.
Actually Lemon's brother, and ate illegal tacos very early in the morning, before noon, ate illegal tacos, and I proceeded to party through the day. We played we played Vegas that night. Our gear got stolen. All right, check it out.
Dude, I had
me and
these
Quincy
weird,
go get illegal tacos, right?
I had these weird moments of like where reality was blending in with my dreams. So you guys must have told me that you were going to Lemons to party and do stuff. And like in my dreams, I'm like, I thought you guys took the van with the trailer and went to Lemons. But like obviously no. I was just confused. So when I woke up,
I continued partying.
When I woke up, dude, the way that blended with my dreams, like when I couldn't see the trailer, I'm like, oh yeah, Joe and Quincy took it. And I'm like, oh no, they did not take anything.
No. What happened is that me and you got done partying. We were able to check into our hotel rooms.
Yeah.
And I guess I was with Quincy in a room and Steak or whatever. And Steak never been to Vegas. Quincy was ready to fucking party. Fucking, I had pre-spoken to Lemon, and fucking, we went to a Lemons before 11, right? Nice. Had a fucking killer time there, dude, even in the day, you know, so we were even more ripped than me and you were, you know. I go through my day. We eventually, I want to say around like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, go back to the hotel to go to sleep and sleep for the gig. I go to sleep. Me and Quincy went off our own. Steak went to that the Heart Attack Grill on Fremont Street.
Yeah.
If you're 350 pounds, you eat for free. And Steak didn't know how much he weighed, but he knew it was worth 350 because it turns out if you weigh over 300 pounds, the scale, it doesn't say to be continued. It actually just says it reads like error or something.
Right.
So Steak really didn't know what he weighed, but it turns out Steak got a free meal for the record.
Damn.
Heart Attack Grill, they roll you in like a fucking on a wheelchair and shit. They put a hospital gown on you and shit. I've never eaten there, but that's the thing. Anyway, me and Quincy and Steak go to bed. We're like ripped for a couple hours in the hotel room, but we're gonna go to bed. So we all go to our rooms or whatever. Did I have my own room? I don't know. I think I did. I go to lay down in the hotel to go to sleep, and I remember Back to the Future was on. I was like, sweet, Back to the Future. I fell asleep. I woke up, and Back to the Future was still on. And I got a text from you. And it was like, yo, van got stolen, come to the lobby. And I was like, Bogey's fucking with us. And I rolled over and I went to sleep for like 15 more minutes and like thought about it, like in and out of sleep, and like, nah, look, and I come to the point of like, Loki wouldn't kid about that,
right?
You know, like, yeah, no, I'm gonna get the fuck up right the fuck now. And I got to tell this part. It just so happened that Quincy and I, who went to bed at the same time, watched Back to the Future at the same time in separate rooms, communicated it, walked out of escalators, because I think I was on the smoking side of the building and he was on the non-smoking. I swear to fucking God, dude. We came out of our elevators at the exact same moment, turned out of the elevators, walked down the hall looking at each other, and then broke off into the direction of the hallway like fucking Russian soldiers, dude. At the exact same moment, we didn't speak to each other. We didn't make a face at each other.
Oh my
We
god.
didn't, there was nothing said. We
Nothing
walked
said?
out in symmetry.
Just one of
Like,
those things.
it just happened to be that Quincy and I received, comprehended, and left the hotel at the exact same moment to go out to the parking lot. Whatever case, you got the parking lot, you know the middle of it. We play on borrowed gear that night at the dive bar.
Yeah.
We have very good friends in Las Vegas, and we partied very hard.
Got every party favor that you can imagine. I did not give a fuck that night.
Every party favor you can imagine.
I was pissed off.
That I didn't sleep the night before.
Frustrated, yeah.
Didn't matter, right? So we leave Vegas.
Dude, there was that one chick I remember that like she was like trying to hit on Michael, but she was trying to get him to slap her or like hit her, like slap her in the ass.
Yes, dude.
And I'm like,
and he wouldn't do it.
He did it, but he did it like a pussy, right? He just gave her he just gave her like a little. So she's like,
Captain
is
let the
someone
team
gonna be a
down
man
that
and
day.
fucking slap my ass like a man? So I fucking get a running start.
He did,
and I slapped this girl's ass so fucking hard, dude. Like
that's so funny that story sticks out. I remember that as well.
Like she like did a fucking moment of like, oh, whoa, okay, and like she was trying to get with
Vegas.
It was that night. And
Yes.
so then I start making out with this chick directly after I slap her ass like that. Like, and she had been hitting on Michael the whole rest of the night. And like from that moment on, it was just like, Michael's gone. I'm hanging with Loki.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. That's right.
Yeah.
How do you forget the night that fucking chicks like smack my ass?
Yeah.
Fucking the whole band looks at each other like.
Michael was like, you know, he's just not
Hey,
that
Michael's
dude.
like,
He's just not that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I'm Michael. That Michael was even at the bar and drinking it with us.
Yeah, he was drinking.
Yeah, he was hanging with us at the bar, no less.
Yep.
You know, like, it was definitely one of those nights.
Oh my god.
Whatever the case, we drive out of Vegas. Shit's still fucked.
Is this when Quincy was driving and you were seeing things?
That's not yet. I wasn't seeing nothing. That story. Listen, Quincy will even tell you after the fact that
he's the one that told it.
I know. Have you ever heard Quincy tell stories?
Right.
He's very dramatizes things and is very angry and expresses his interpretation, not reality.
Gotcha.
When he tells a story, Quincy will tell you that if you spoke to him today. Have Quincy on the show one day. He'll tell you the story just the same.
I don't think Quincy likes me.
I've asked the question. I've discussed this night with Quincy several times, and he told me that he might have embellished things that he said.
Right.
Now,
well, maybe he shouldn't have done that.
Oh, he definitely shouldn't have. Listen, I understand how where his interpretation comes from, but he's over the top and dramatic.
Right.
So he must.
I remember something about your pants being. I don't know.
Totally true. Okay. So check it out. Dude, that's not the night. Check it out.
That's not the night.
No, it's not the night.
Okay.
Because check it out. That's the next night, and that's where we're going. So the next day, the day after the night we played the gig, the night our year I was still in, we fucking played. We played the show. I still went out to Vegas that night and partied again. We drove off to the next city, which was Los Angeles, to play the encore, not the encore of the tour, but the peak of the tour, which was a headlining sold out gig of Wednesday 13 and Michael Graves at the Whiskey A Go-Go.
Which is the only reason we went there.
Sounds like a fucking real great idea on paper, right? It
was a terrible idea.
It was it wasn't actually, but it really sucked. We get there, we're at the fucking Whiskey, we have nothing. We don't have a guitar cable with us.
No.
Fucking figure out our gear. Suffice to say, as Loki told it the other time, it was not ideal. No sound check, no nothing. I played that gig. I didn't make more than a bop bop, and I didn't have a tuner. I played a black BC Rich Warlock bass that was slung to my ankles, fucking on an Ampeg Classic head, an Ampeg rig that I never got to turn a dial on. You know, I literally plugged in, and fucking played the show.
Right.
Whatever the case. As I'm leaving that gig that night on 2 nights of not sleeping, A friend of ours, Sarah Angriano, gives me a Xanax that night. And I don't have a problem with Xanax, but I don't usually take it. And times I've taken it in the past, it's just weird. It's not me. It's just, some things aren't everybody. And like two in every 10 times I take Xanax, I would have like really weird nights. Like really not nights, but really weird sleep. So we play the whiskey show. Shit was fucked. We left immediately after we played almost. Seemingly, we barely, I don't think we even said goodbye to our fans. We packed up merch early and we bounced the fuck out of there. I didn't say goodbye to anybody that night. You came out and you were just like, we're leaving fucking now, and you and Quincy are driving. And I was like, all right. And me and Quincy got in the car and we are like, Quincy was fucked. I was fucked. Fucking everything was fucked. We didn't even communicate. And me and Quincy were to drive that night overnight, which was told to us at that moment, to Joey Gore's house, which was in Phoenix area.
Yeah. So it's a good 6 hours.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. When I say we left immediately, is I was still in my stage clothes and I was soaked. So I was in like wet underwear and wet pants. You were sleeping in my row, or someone was sleeping in my row where my clothes were. Right. And I was just sitting there in a fucking swimsuit in the front seat. And I'm like, man, I'm not sitting here for 6 hours in my fucking pants, man. I'm soaked, So like, while Quincy was awake and before I took the Xanax, I took my pants off and was just sitting in my boxers at shotgun, just so I didn't sit in fucking wet clothes.
So by the way, this happened because we could not find a cheap place to stay, and we were not going to stay at Carlos Anguiano's house. That's why we decided to leave.
Yeah, I don't know. We were in fucking bad moods, dude.
I'm just
we
telling
fucking
you,
wanted to get someplace safe, or like someplace.
Yeah, but it wasn't going to be.
Want to stay in Dodge.
It wasn't going to be Carlos Anguiano's house with a whole family there, and then.
I don't remember anything about that. I unfortunately didn't even.
Well, that was the decision process for me. Like, no, we're out of here.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I had nothing to do with the decision process. I just knew that the directive was, you're sitting shotgun, Quincy's driving, go to fucking Phoenix, peace, we're going to sleep. And everyone would sleep. Me and Quincy fucking rode for like 3-4 hours. I had no pants on. It was awesome.
Right.
About 3 hours into the ride, I take a Xanax. I'd been awake at that point, dude, I'd been awake for fucking, I played Chinle. I played fucking Vegas and Ergier got stolen and partied both in the morning and the evening. I stayed up that whole day, did Los Angeles, and played the Whiskey A Go-Go to a sold-out show on Halloween. And then I did about 4 hours in the van with my pants off before I finally passed out on that Xanax. And basically, Quincy's real complaint was that I fell asleep at shotgun.
Yeah, he wanted you to be awake, right?
Yeah. And I guess by the time the morning came and Joe, being in his boxers, fucking passed out sleeping on 3 days of sleep and fucking drugs and fucking alcohol, fucking thinking he's in a fucking bed. I was fucking sprawled out in the fucking front seat of the van, like every which way through the morning of the drive, and looked crazy, right? So then I guess at some point the shift change came. I still don't have pants on. I go in the back of the van to my row. I fall asleep and I'm like, and then we're in fucking, and I'm like comatose, dude. Fucking like, I'm finally sleeping after fucking 2-3 fucked up fucking days. And I guess someone tried to wake me up in the van. We were in Phoenix. And I guess everyone just like let me sleep in the van at first.
Yeah.
And just like went inside. And at some point, someone came out and they're like, yo, we're here. Come inside, bro. And like, I always sleep in the van. I sleep in the van for a reason. And I always did sleep in the van. I prefer it. It's constant. It'll fuck your back. If you're on the road, kids, and you sleep someplace different. If you sleep on the floor one night, a hotel another night, if you sleep in a hotel every night, eventually your back gets fucked from the differences of the mattress and shit. So I found my pro tip was to sleep in the fucking van, which is also safer for the gear not getting stolen too.
Right.
So it was comfortable to me. So I guess someone came in, tried to wake me and be like, Joe, fucking put pants on, fucking come inside. You're fucking, it's Phoenix, it's 120 degrees and you're still asleep in the van. And I was like, like waved whoever off.
Yeah.
And I guess like probably all the king's horses and all the king's men, I guess, tried to wake me up, or at least from what I understand. And eventually the cops came because the neighbors called the cops that people were like camping out outside the fucking thing. All I was doing was fucking sleep. Cops never said anything to me, or maybe you guys lied to me. I don't fucking know.
No, the cops definitely came.
Yeah, one of the neighbors like called the cops and said that there was like a van, people sleeping in it.
Yeah.
There's a
And
van in his
that's why we
underwear.
were pissed, because Joey Gore was like, yo, what the fuck? The cops are coming to my house. We got all sorts of shit, because if you remember, we had all sorts of fucking shit with us. And,
Yeah,
it's and so yeah.
Not the imperative part of the story.
No.
Yeah, so I got fucking woken up, and dude, I got woken up from that. I come inside like a newborn baby. And like I just remember smoking a cigarette at that dude's door. Like smoking a cigarette outside his door. And Joey coming outside and being like, hey man, why don't you come inside for a minute? Everyone wants to talk to you. Yeah, do whatever, cool. You know? And I walked inside and everyone was sitting on a couch. It was a really long couch in front of me in a big circle. And they asked me to sit in the only other seat that was there, that was across from all of the other people. And they're like, what happened last night, Joe? Are you okay? Do we need to talk to your family? I am jarred. Just like woke up in the morning, I have no idea. And no less, someone in our crew was chopping up fucking carrots during the conversation.
Right.
While we were having this conversation, literally while we were having the conversation. And well, it was because of the report that Quincy had given about the night before, which was
Less than stellar.
Inaccurately accurate, I suppose.
Right. It was not a glowing review of your ride home. Let's just say that.
No, yeah, man. Apparently I like flopped my balls out and shit in the middle of the ride, scratching my balls and shit. Like, you know, like I was fucking passed out as fuck in my boxers in the front seat of a car, fucking fucked up as fuck after fucking 3 shows and 3 parties and no sleep. Yeah, you flop your balls out and fucking do weird shit while you sleep, bro.
He was not
fucking
happy.
I thought I was in a bed.
Yeah.
So that got interpreted as like Joe was fucking like ripped. And that was fucked up because Joe was fine. Like Joe was fucking fine. And the more I woke up, the more I was like, these motherfuckers. Nonetheless, me and you got into an argument that night too. We almost threw down. That was I think you pushed me, dude. I pushed you back.
Yeah,
I think you pushed me. I think I pushed you back. And then when I pushed you back, you were like, and then we stopped. That was it. And I stopped right there.
I'm like, I'm at Joey Gore's house. If I do anything right now,
well, that's where shit goes down, though. What are you talking about?
It's gonna be a situation here,
bro. Joey Gore's house was already the spot for fucking fucked up shit before that fucking happened. You were at Joey Gore's house. That's where you should have threw. You should have fucking fought like Peter Griffin and the fucking chicken that night, bro.
It wouldn't have ended like that. Well, maybe it could have.
That would have been the place, dude. That's the Madison Square Garden, fucking
right.
fucked up shit for us, dude. If any place me and you were ever gonna throw down, that was it, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
because it devolved into other crap,
a million other things.
Because we were all pissed off. All our shit got stolen.
Yes,
that's the other thing I was telling
everyone was a little wrong.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was telling Tracy. Like, you know, you were upset for your own reasons, but like I couldn't see your reasons at the time because I was upset for my fucking reasons.
I'll tell you this though is that, and I was hurt that you guys didn't realize this, but I don't know, you weren't to realize it, but it was a different experience to me because I had been there the last time the gear got stolen.
Yeah,
and I already knew the fucking drill. Like I was able to see what was going to happen ahead from that moment there. So I knew what getting the gear stolen meant with an exclamation point.
Right.
You know, like, so any comforting anything that anyone said to me was like, yeah, I've heard that before. You know, like,
oh, right. But that wasn't about being comforting.
Really,
it was about me not understanding that, you know, that your shit had sentimental value to you because I was thinking about my legacy of shit that I've built up to that point. It was just a matter of us all being pissed off and we were not going to see each other's point of view because we're coming from our own point of view at that time.
To be fair, if you guys remember, And I think what pissed Michael off that night is that I actually didn't say anything that day. I said absolutely nothing. Like maybe literally nothing. I sat by myself, sat in the van. I know better than to fucking scratch the record of morale, dude. I knew the drill. I knew the drill. I would have known the drill had my shit not been stolen before. I still would have known that drill. In the way to, I'm not gonna open my mouth. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna fucking. I kept my fucking mouth shut. And you know how I fucking talk. So I guess me keeping my mouth shut and mean mug in the air in front of me was probably worse.
Right.
You know, it was like a worse reflection or a worse showing of Joe. You know, like I said nothing, bro. I didn't want to hang out with none of y'all. I didn't want to, I just had to deal with it myself. And that got interpreted. You know, I was going through it my own way.
Yeah.
You know, I knew that if I opened my mouth that I'd say something stupid. So
but for you, it was a double-edged sword because, like, it wasn't just about the gear being stolen. It was about
at that point,
intervention.
I didn't even think.
Right.
No, I hadn't even considered the personal stuff that I lost at first. I still don't know. I still have no idea.
Right.
What he's referring to is I don't know, dude. I collect everything. So I'm in a rock and roll band, and when I go on tour, man, I I collected T-shirts since I was a little kid. Like, so when you're a rock and roll band and you go on tour, that's a really good time to wear all the shirts. So like, I bring my shit on the road, dude. And I bring a lot of it. I have more I don't know. I couldn't tell you how many T-shirts I have at all. I have no calculation. I've never counted. I have a million, let's say. I remember counting it when I left because it was ridiculous by that time. And so I have like a bag that I have inside the van that I change in and out of my clothes. And it's got like fucking 5 shirts, 5 underwear, 5 socks. And I backed that up out of a suitcase that I'd keep in the trailer. And every couple of days I would go and change it out, you know, do my wash. That suitcase had nothing but T-shirts in it. And there were 100 T-shirts in it. It was 100 choice T-shirts that you would bring on the road, bro. I had old Misfits, Samhain Danzig shirts from the 90s. I had old Metallica shirts, Marilyn, shit that's worth like $500 and $1,000 a fucking T-shirt on eBay. You know, like it was, what I lost in T-shirts was so much more significant than my gear's value. It was incalculable. And it had nothing to do with money. It was sentiment.
Sentimental value, yeah.
And I didn't bitch about it. I didn't. I was upset, but I wasn't like talking about it too much. And I guess like at one point, I know it was during the day. This is a terrible story to tell, but I'm going to tell it. It broke my heart. It really did. I know Michael was mad at me for something, probably for mean mugging. You know, like I was just clearly unpleasant, despite that I wasn't speaking.
It was everything. It was our own shitty attitudes plus your shitty attitude. Plus, you know, everyone had a shitty attitude for their
one
own
another's
reason.
shitty attitudes was a shitty attitude to the other.
That multiplies the shittiness, you know.
Mm-hmm. And like I kind of realized that was shitty of me, and I like chirped up a little bit, and I was talking and like, you know, like whatever. And at one point, I was recalling the shirts. Bro, do you remember the 100 shirts you packed? No. You know, like, so I was doing a little damage control, fucking, or like processing what I lost, you know, and to this day, I really don't know. I look for T-shirt. I don't know what I have anymore. I really don't. You know, like, I'm surprised when I go through shit looking for shit that I do and
Some of them might be here.
Most of them probably are. Whatever the case, man, at some point, I remember I turned to Michael and I go, man, I lost that fucking... When I was a kid, man, I went to see the Misfits play Madison Square Garden. Yes, the Misfits play Madison Square Garden, not with Glenn Danzig. The Misfits, the 90s Misfits, had been part of a haunted house that was going on in Madison Square Garden around Halloween, 1999.
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. And it was, yeah, they played like another room in Madison Square Garden, not
the
arena
theater
area. Yeah, it was part of wherever they're holding the haunted house. It was,
Yeah.
I don't know if they usually held venue bands there, but a stage and sound was set up. And basically went through this haunted house, and the Misfits were the end of it. It was sold out as fuck. Me and my friends snuck down to Madison Square Garden in the middle of the day. Somehow got into Madison Square Garden, found Jerry Only, got fucking tickets to that show, +8 for Jerry Only hooked us up, dude.
Right.
He fucking gave us like all these keychains, all this free merch, and he got us tickets and gave us guest list spots for 8 of our friends. To us was a sold out show. So to me, we got backstage and everything, and like I'd seen the Misfits a whole bunch of times before, but like that was a big show to me. What had happened at that, or it was a memorable event, what had happened at that show was the Misfits were supposed to play 2 shows for 2 processions of the haunted house. So I guess the Misfits were a bigger draw than the haunted house was. So basically everyone ran through the haunted house and went to the show. The Misfits were supposed to play twice. So like I went through the first procession, saw them play. They were supposed to encore, stop, and play again. But what happened was the second procession of people just ran through the haunted house to go see the show because they heard a band playing, and they heard the Misfits. So I was like, fuck the haunted house. And the entire second procession ran into the room. So the band kept playing. And it turned out to be one show. So I guess other people showed up later, and some people were fucking gypped on that end, or only saw half of a show. Whoever walked in on the second half didn't see an intro in the first several songs. They only saw the back end of the show because they only played once. They played one long set instead of 2 short ones. So I guess like through the Fiend Club, they sent out this thing that if you sent a copy of your ticket stub in, you would get this exclusive t-shirt that was like that wasn't for sale. So it was like an apology to fans that were at that show. To me, I didn't need to be apologized. I had a great time. Shammy did the coolest thing. That Michael looked awesome that night. He was full covered in black liquid latex.
Right.
From like this of his fucking anywhere black on his makeup on his face down to his pants, dude. He was completely covered in black liquid latex. People were like peeling it off him while he was playing. It was fucking awesome, dude. From what I understand, it's like one of 2 or 3 gigs he ever did it. He did the hand too that night. It was really awesome. And I don't know, me and Shannon always talk about that gig, like I have a picture of like me, my little sister, Ox and Jay, fucking Lupo, fucking all of us like in the back with Michael. And that's like the first picture I ever took with that dude. It's like, whatever the case, at some point in that van ride, dude, or whatever, you sent your ticket stub in, you got these fucking t-shirts, and the t-shirt said, "I survived the Misfits, October 8th, 1999 at Madison Square Garden." Literally just said that on it. And they were pretty fucking rare, dude. You had to have your ticket stub and actually send it in to get it. I had one and my sister had one. So there were 2 kicking around my house. I think mine got fucking lost or fucked, and I had my sister's. I stole it from her. And I still had it up until that tour. And I couldn't believe it, man. I was stoked that I still had it. I'm like, bro, I remember at the beginning of the tour, be like, yo, Shannon, this is the first day we met. I bought this t-shirt, and he no-sold me, bro. He yelled at me when I turned to the singer of the goddamn Misfits and said, yo, man, this fucking, what shirt I lost, man? Like enthusiastically, not like shit. Like I was just like, dude, I lost that shirt. The one from when you guys played MasterCard? Fuck. And instead of him being like, oh man, that sucks, he ripped me a new asshole.
Just wasn't the time.
He's like, it's a fucking t-shirt, Joe.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? It's a t-shirt.
Wasn't the time.
And Sammy, it's a t-shirt. I get it. I don't expect a dude who doesn't know shit like that to know that a Metallica shirt from 1991 is fucking
right
for $600. I lost 2 wherever I made Rome shirts that day. I'll have one with sleeves, one with no sleeves. Fucking, I
Well,
lost an incalculable
the one with
amount
no
of
sleeves
monies.
is clearly worth less.
Yeah, sure. Well, I don't know. Fucking sell it to a fucking. I don't know, man. The one no sleeves is the one I mean the last bow with the BLIZZCON show. I'm wearing fucking that shirt. It's a lot of fucking It's a lot. Wherever in the room shirt is the best tour shirt ever, dude. Is a goddamn the lyrics are on the back, bro. That is the best tour. That was like my number one go-to after show t-shirt.
Right.
Whatever the case, man. I lost 100 very rare and very exclusive shirts. And fucking shit broke my heart, dude. Michael broke my heart that day. He fucking ripped me a new asshole for
Yeah.
fucking for people aren't alike, bro.
I wouldn't
Michael's
take
not a
it too
sentimental
personally.
dude.
Whoever stole my shit broke my heart, so it's fine.
But yeah. Well, the gear is replaceable.
No, it's not.
Like
that's where you're wrong. This is where
let me
you
tell
don't
you,
understand.
you're right.
This is
You
where
are
you don't
right.
understand where I didn't understand you. You don't understand me. My gear was a lifetime of just like you collected those shirts. It's a legacy. It's a legacy of stuff that I've incrementally, even if it was new, it's stuff that I incrementally built up until that point. Like, it's not like I'm some rich boy that fucking got money from my parents or fucking went on that tour and rocked out on a new Axe Effects. No, it was like a slow build of up until that point. So just as your shirts were your legacy, my gear was my legacy. It was just
your gear was my legacy too. I lost that too.
Yeah, I couldn't see your point because I was too busy, worried about my shit. That's pretty much.
I wasn't even worried about my own
Hold on,
gear.
I gotta get my dog. She's crying outside the door. I'll let her in. Home.
Oh wow, you're leaving before me. Fucking shit. What's she crying about? Look at Loki. Yo, Loki's dressed to go to the gym.
Apparently, my dog loves me, man. She's fucking outside, just crying to get in here.
I'm so fucking surprised the dog isn't behind me, dude. When
Well,
I was setting up for this, the dog was sitting on the couch behind me, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna do this on a podcast." The dog was like sitting on the couch.
I like the setting. I like the fucking. I like that. Pennywise behind you. Can't. Yeah.
That's a puzzle, dude. That's a puzzle that was put together tripping on acid, no less.
Yeah, huh?
True story, bro. You ever try to put together a puzzle while you're tripping on acid?
No.
I think I put 4 pieces of that puzzle together. But I did participate a little bit. I really supported it. I put 4 pieces in there. Yeah, I was there.
It was hard enough for me to watch Bill and Ted on acid, let alone build a puzzle. Like, yeah.
Bill and Ted, like the recent one?
No, Bill and Ted, the second one, where they say stations all the time. No. Every time they said stations, my mind was blown away. Like, they know I'm tripping on acid. That's why they're saying stations.
Yeah, we can't talk about tripping on acid late in this episode. We gotta save that for another episode. Yo, you wouldn't believe me. Yeah. Let's just say that things haven't changed.
Right.
And I'm prepared for the next adventure of that as we speak. It's touching my body as we speak.
Damn.
Let's put it that way. Times 10.
We've been going for almost 3 hours. So yeah. I guess this is as good a place to fucking end as any time.
Yeah, dude, I got pee.
Are you gonna be? Where are you gonna be on Monday? Are you gonna be in California by then? I don't know.
I'm a world traveler, aren't I?
All right.
I don't know where I'll be. I don't know what I'll be doing, man. But stay tuned, right? We'll see where Joe lives, or where Joe stays, or where Joe is.
Because apparently, word on
by Monday.
There's already a word on the street, so
Yeah, the word's on the street. So I mean, who knows where I'm going to be? You stay tuned to TMZ. Find out where Joe's going to be.
Well,
yep.
Guys, let me get some outro music cued.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry for going so long, but people are here fucking sticking with us, watching us the whole way, man. I
haven't seen the comments this episode the whole time.
It's all good. They've been, besides fucking Josh Gould, who's an idiot.
He's an idiot because he watches us the whole time.
He was watching us for a little while, and then he said that we were boring. And then I said, would you have the opportunity to turn it off at any point?
Yeah, right.
And then he says, "Ghoul lives matter." So
Cool.
I don't know what that means, but pretty much, you can go fuck yourself because I don't care.
Yeah, you're such a big bro.
Okay. So, guys, I appreciate you. I fucking love you. Jeff knows. Jeff is saying he's a jobber. Peace out, Lee Maxwell, Richard Dicko North. You're the man. Fucking, I'll see you guys on the flip side. LokiGuitarOfficial.com. LokiGuitarOfficial.com. Merch, shirts, hoodies, masks. Oh yeah, look at that. Smoke weed every day. Peace out, guys.